Meyer.
Yeah, I know Shane.
A little bit, do you?
Yeah, but Shane and Mark played hockey together.
Yeah, because my dad played hockey, yeah.
Yeah.
And my grandpa's Jerry Meyer.
I don't know him.
Don't know him, but you do know my dad. That's cool.
Yeah, your dad was a good hockey player.
He's pretty good hockey player, still is. Good evening, fans, and hasn't even been a full day since we've seen each other, but we're back at it again here. Ryder McKay, my partner's a voice far away, Guy Lanigan, and a voice close, Wayne Slosher. A tired Maverick group today, you can't, no question about that. A couple changes to make up for that, but for the most part, the main guys are back in. This time, though, it's the Moose Jaw Warriors in town.
Warriors.
Moose Jaw Miller Express.
I was gonna say you're going from baseball to hockey.
That's all. I'm still
He's
tired.
still tired.
I'm still tired. I'm sleeping on the job here. That's. Bear with us through the aches and pains of tonight's broadcast. Here's your viewer discretion is advised right there. There's strike 1, 2, and 3 for me tonight.
That's all good.
It's all good indeed. Wayne, what are you expecting from the Mavericks tonight? With obviously, well, doesn't need to be said. Last night, 17 innings. Obviously, the broadcasters up here are a little slow. What do you expect from the Mavericks?
I expect they're going to be tired, but that's baseball. You got to come back out, put that game behind you, and give it your best effort today. We might see a little different strategy in how the game is played, but Owen Steele is going to have to take control of the game. He's starting for the Mavericks tonight, and as long as he can pitch ahead and keep the defense involved in the game, I think we'll have a good game. The Mavericks should rebound from that game last night. That's it.
That's it. It's time to play some baseball, I guess. That's really all you can say.
Well, I think if we look in hindsight, a couple of weeks ago we were looking at the Mavericks and we said if they can get to 20-20 after 40 games, that would be really successful. And that's where they're at. And although we're looking back at Okotoks last night and a couple of nights ago where they probably could have won 4 out of 4 games, and they won 1 out of 4. They're that close to Okotoks, and Okotoks is
The division
first
best.
place. Yes. So could we be better than 20-20? Yes, we could be. Are we satisfied with 20-20? I think we should be. Looking at after 25 games, we were 9-16. So in our last 15 games, we're 11-4, and 3 of those losses were against Okotoks, 2 of them by 1 runs, and of course the one last night in 17 innings. So the difference between us being in 4th and Okotoks being in 1st is the slimmest of margins, to say the least.
Wayne, it certainly is. And then when you look at the Miller Express last night, they're coming off of a the Miller Express of it. The East has been not quite so close in that respect, but there's been a lot of changes in the East Division. Things are changing there all the time. The Miller Express got to stay on the ball as well here. They're right in the middle of things over there too.
Well, with the East Division, you've got Weyburn and Regina that are kind of the class of the league over there. They're battling for first place, and you've got Swift right behind them. And then Moose Jaw. And Moose Jaw's probably solidified 4th place. What they're looking at is trying to get into 3rd place, beating out Swift Current. They're 6.5 games up of 5th place. Whereas in the West Division, there's maybe a game and a half separating 2nd from 5th. Much closer race in the West than there is in the East. Moose Jaw, I think, have solidified themselves as 4th place. They're only 4.5 games behind Swift for 3rd place.
That's right.
That's their goal.
Where do you walk the line of finding that spot between being comfortable but not too complacent? Both teams, really.
Well, you should never feel comfortable or complacent.
Well, good evening, fans, and welcome to
I
Athletic
think
Park.
that
For today's
especially in the
WCBL
West
game,
Division.
GB
You don't want to
sponsor
go on
Murray
a
Chevy.
game where you're winning 3 and losing 5,
Featuring, the
or
visiting
going on a
Moose Jaw
streak
Miller
where you're
Express.
losing
Here's
3
the
and
starting lineups brought to you by Morrison
in a
Movement
row,
Therapy.
so to
First for the
speak.
opponents,
You can end up
Moose
in
Jaw.
5th place and a couple of games out of a
Playing
playoff
center
position.
field
really
Go
back.
quick.
quick on
First
you.
number
You really
8.
can.
Eric Marriott.
Whereas Moose Jaw, they can afford to lose
Batting
3
second,
games
the
and it
third
isn't going to
baseman,
affect them in
number
the
32,
standings
Ty
too
No.
Whiteley.
Whereas the Mavericks, obviously,
The
goes without
designated
saying
hitter
that the
bats
same couldn't be
third,
said.
number 7, Cole Warren.
Yes.
Wait, a
Yes.
couple lineup changes tonight for the Mavericks.
Batting fourth,
Taylor Wright
the
comes
first
out
baseman,
tonight.
number
He will not be in the
12,
lineup.
Darryl
Colin
Ball.
Klingensmith coming in at the third base spot.
Playing second base,
Traditionally
batting fifth, number
a
28,
shortstop,
Zach
but as
Campbell.
you've mentioned to me in the past, if you can play short, you
Playing
can play
left
third,
field,
and you
batting
expect
sixth,
Klingensmith to
number
do a good
20,
job over
Alex
there.
Orange.
Yeah, I think Taylor Wright
Batting
made some
seventh,
outstanding
the right
plays.
fielder,
The
number
one
16,
play
Tucker
in about the
Zdenich.
12th or the 14th or the 15th inning, I can't remember, was
Playing
an
shortstop,
outstanding
batting
play.
eighth, number 10,
But we
Devin
also
Farrell.
watched Colin Klingensmith
And
play
riding on
there,
the
and he
batting
was
order
very
for the
solid
Moose Jaw
playing
Miller
third
Express.
base.
And Ketchy, number 19,
I don't think
Marcus
we're going to
Melendez.
skip a beat on that
Tonight's starting
by not
pitcher
having Taylor
Moose
in
Jaw,
the
number
game
14,
tonight.
Michael
Taylor
Ross.
probably needs a rest. He had a tough
GM
night
at
last
the
night
fort, Moose
at
Jaw,
the plate,
Corey Olofsson,
and
manager
probably needs a
Richard
break,
Sorens.
needs a day off mentally.
It's important to find those things. And then the other big change is, this one deservingly so, Colton Wright took an absolute beating last night. Was rewarded with the player of the game today. Again, deservingly so. PJ Garcia, honorable mention last night. But they're using Wright in the DH spot. Tell us why.
Well, after you catch 17 innings, your legs are sore, you're tired mentally. He needs a break from behind the plate today, physically and mentally. Great place for him as the DH, and that's where Coach Vasella has put him.
We are just about ready to go here. Opening pitch should be starting right away.
And out the starting lineup for your Medicine Hat Mavericks. Leading off and playing left field, number 30, Austin Soika. Batting second and playing shortstop, number 5, PJ Garcia. Batting third, the second baseman, number 9, Nolan Ratai. Batting fourth, playing first base, number 20, Sal Rodriguez. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, number 25, Colton Wright. Batting sixth, playing right field, number 23, Cameron Pope. Batting seventh, playing third base, number 10, Colin Klingensmith. Catching tonight, batting eighth, number 15, Reed Oldland. And rounding out the batting order, playing center field, number 7, Freddie Walker. Today's starting pitcher for the Mavericks, number 14, Owen Steele. Head coach of the Mavericks, Tom Vasella. Assistants, Jared Lipke and Phelan Lentini. Fans, could you please stand, remove your hats, and join Hannah Blackmer in the singing of O Canada.
O Canada with opening pitch to follow. comments. Apologies to my allergies there, Wayne. My allergies get the best of me at this ballpark quite often.
Welcome, Ken Magnus. On behalf of Murray
Well,
Chevrolet,
I lost my
Ken is,
voice
general
last
sales
night, and
manager
I'm
of Murray
struggling
Chevrolet.
today a little
He's
bit.
a former pitcher
just
for
pure
the
excitement.
that
So
game last night.
Nuggets. Now in the big city
Told you it's
lights.
affecting the broadcast. It's affecting the
So I
entire
guess,
organizations.
Ken, we're expecting something here. He
Well,
says
I
his
did
best
post
pitch
something
was his
today. I
changeup.
think we have a
So let's see
solution
what
for the
Ken's got
16
right
and
now there.
17 inning games.
All right, Ken.
I do think there is a solution as well.
Yeah, that's not bad there. That's all right, Ken. Good job.
Is it a two?
And I
Is
gave
it
me
two
sponsor
words
again, Murray
specifically?
Chevrolet Cadillac.
No,
Today's game balls inspected by
it's
Steve
something
Fraser
that I think
of
the
the
Board
Myers
of Governors
Choice
for
Home
the
Inspection.
Western
Myers
Canadian Baseball
Choice
League,
Home
the owners
Inspection
should
here.
look at.
Monster
Oh, go ahead. For those who
inspected
didn't
once, inspected right.
didn't
Check out the
you haven't
Myers
told
Choice
about it.
Home
What's the
Inspections on Facebook
what's kind of your
or
thought
Instagram.
process
Well,
Tonight's conditions
and just
being
your opinion?
well, this is just my opinion, of course. I like
anything
what they do in
warmer. It's
the
18
International
degrees right now.
Baseball Federation.
partly cloudy.
For example, in the Pan Am games in 216 in Toronto, the U.S. national team, Canada, Cuba,
Not like last night.
Puerto Rico, etc. After the game is tied,
Umpire support tonight. Behind home plate,
after
Brandon
10 innings, they'll go one inning playing a regular
First baseman Tyler
extra
Murphy,
inning,
third
but
base
after
Brad
10 innings, you start with a runner on first and second with nobody out. And usually the game is over in 1 or 2 innings, because the last 2 outs of the previous inning are now your runners at first and second. So you can't change your batting lineup. You start with runners in first and second, and now you have the bunt comes into play, the hit and run, the bunt
And
and
the
run.
starting pitcher for the Mavericks, number 14, Owen.
Nobody
Steele.
wants to sit and watch a 16 or 17 inning game.
That's right, Wayne.
As you
First
could
inning
tell
brought to you
from
by
the
Minivan
fans
Press,
last
official
night,
design and construction
was a
this,
battle.
this wasn't fun.
No, it was a battle.
And especially in the Western Canadian Baseball League, where you have teams, if that game would have occurred last night in Fort McMurray and Okotoks had to get on the bus and play in Swift Current today,
That would have been extremely difficult.
it would have been extremely difficult. The owners of the management of the Western Canadian Baseball League teams, they're paying people overtime to stay for 7 hours for an extra 4-hour game.
Yep.
I just think it's more entertaining. It's kind of like in hockey where you go in the overtime, you go 4 on 4.
and now 3 on
It's
3.
exciting, and then 3 on 3, and it's an exciting overtime, and the game is over.
Starting off for the Moose Jaw Miller Express.
And I think baseball needs to look at doing things like that.
A really interesting perspective. I like that one. I'm going to have to agree with you, as I usually do on the show, but I'm going to have to agree with you. We're all set here for opening pitch. Eric Marriott starting things off here for the Moose Jaw Miller Express, not the Moose Jaw Warriors, just keeping everybody awake and myself. Marriott from Niagara Falls, Ontario. He's a senior, Wayne.
Yes, he's batting .221 on the season. He can run. He's got 17 stolen bases out of 20 attempts, batting left-handed. He'll try to get on base and then use his speed to get around the bases. Niagara Falls, Ontario native. Never been to Niagara Falls.
You wanna know something?
Would love to go there sometime.
You wanna know something? We've been, our family's talked about planning a trip there, so maybe I'll actually beat you somewhere in history, and probably not, but we're talking about it.
High and away, account is 3-1.
Marriott goes to Mitchell College. Not too familiar with where that is located. Apologies, but
In there, called strike, full count. On deck is Ty Likely, batting .333. Here's the full count pitch. Swung on, jammed. Gets it out in just over the outstretched arm of P.J. Garcia. Dove for the ball. Couldn't quite get to it. Single to lead off the game for Marriott.
Base hit for Marriott. Brings to the plate number 32, third baseman Ty Lightly.
Likely's from Littleton, Colorado. Colorado is a beautiful state.
lovely spot.
And future home of Al Chapo.
Yes, that's right. It is good history. The future home of Al Chapo. called strike one, and I gotta be honest, I didn't know that.
Well, he got sentenced a couple days ago.
Is he gonna be able to get out of it this time?
Well, that's what the hope is not, right?
That's supposed to be the most maximum security
They s-
prison in the states.
What do they say? They say it's like the land Alcatraz, like they had in San Francisco.
Good piece of hitting by Lightly, hitting it through the hole on first base side. First pitch swinging, runners on first and second. Miller
Back-to-back hits
Express
here for
have
the
something
Miller
going.
Express. Cole Working coming up to DH.
Brings to the plate.
He's hitting
Designated hitter
350
number
this year,
7,
Wayne. That's
Cole
good for
Working.
that's just a hair better than Soika. So out of all the contestants tonight, he has the best batting average.
He's a good hitter. We've watched him earlier this year. He and Jordy McDougall lead the team in hits. Working has 46 hits on the season. A Regina native. First pitch is inside. Want to get out of this first inning without any runs scored. We know what the percentages are of teams winning when they score the first run of the game. There's a ball popped up onto the right side. It'll be a tough play. Radai and Rodriguez giving chase. It lands foul.
Are we okay?
Radai slides. Rodriguez falls on top of him, but no harm done.
They'll give each other a tap, Wayne, and get back to business. Wayne, as mentioned, we see Cameron Pope out there in right field, not Tito Jones or Russell Strelchuk tonight. But Cameron Pope, one of those kind of utility guys, Wayne. You've seen him used in a few different spots this year, and he's fairly versatile.
Yes, he is. Yeah, I'm not sure who's starting for Moose Jaw, whether he's a right-handed or a left-handed pitcher. I can certainly look that up. I'm assuming it's a left-hander. If it's
Right.
a right-hander,
Right.
It's a right-hander?
Right-hander. Michael Ross, right-hander.
I might have thought Strelchuk might be in on that, but line drive hit out into right field.
And-
Pope underneath it, makes the catch. Runner on second, Marriott moves up to third base. One out.
One gone on the fly ball out the right field. Brings to the plate number 12, Daryl Dahl.
Daryl Dahl hitting 316 this year, Wayne. He's another one of those guys that's he's contributing in the lineup most nights for the Miller Express.
Yes, he's played in 30 games so far this year. He's got some pop in the bat. He's got 13 doubles, 1 triple, 2 home runs. Again, big hole between first and second with Rodriguez holding the runner on. Throw over to first. Close play. Back safely. Dole from Roseville, California. Here's the pitch, swung on. Hits the hole on the right side, past Rodriguez. Runner on first, advances to third. Runner on third comes in to score. RBI single for Dole.
How many hits you got up there?
Miller Express have reached base on 3 out of the first
RBI
4
single.
hitters. 3 hits.
Where Dahl brings to the plate the second baseman, number 28, Zach
And Wayne, they're doing a
Gallo.
good job of passing the baton, as you like to use that reference. They're finding that hole right now in between Rada and Rodriguez, and they're exposing them over there.
Yep, they certainly are. That pitch is inside.
Wayne, is there specific? What do the Mavericks need to do in order to tighten things up over there between Rodriguez and Rada? Is it a matter of Pope coming in, or just trying to make those adjustments
No,
before it happens?
Those balls are hit on the ground. There's nothing you can do. You can try to pitch the hitter away so that they can't roll over and hit the ball on that hole. But that's up to the pitcher and catcher to decide how best to get the hitter out. That pitch looked close. Call the ball. Count is 3-0. 0-4. Bases are loaded. Not a good start for the Mavericks tonight.
No, a little slow start, and Wayne has.
And there's not as much wind tonight. We
No,
can't
there's
blame it
not
on
as-
the wind.
no,
and
you
they're
can't.
hitting it on the ground.
No.
Last night, Okotoks were hitting it in the air, and we had trouble with the wind. Time is called. Pitching coach Jared Lipke going out to talk to Owen Steele. Where did Marriott hit the ball when he got a single to lead off?
And Wayne,
left fielder,
you want to
number
keep
20,
things
Alex
positive and stay focused,
Warren.
but not entirely surprising to see a little bit of a slow start here for the Mavericks. They're gonna have to get themselves out of this inning and go to work.
Well, damage control right now. Bases loaded, one away. Try to limit them to this one run. They've already scored the one. If we can get a ground ball, get a double play, it'll be a success right now. First pitch called strike. Klingon, Smith, and Rodriguez playing in on the corners. Curveball, high and outside, 1-1. Oranchuk is batting 196, 11 RBIs. This is his 22nd game. That pitch is hit high into center field. Freddie Walker underneath it. Runner on third is tagging. Walker coming in. Going to make the throw home. Here's the relay, and not in time.
Sacrifice fly. Scores the runner, but
Lightly scores from third on the sac fly. RBI by Oranchuk.
sacrifice fly for Orange Truck. Scores the run. Brings to the plate now at 2 outs. The right fielder, number 16, Tucker Zdenich.
Zdenek batting 165, playing in
And
30 games.
Zdunich, guys, is from High River, Alberta, Wayne. Not too far down the road.
Is he?
Up the road, I should say. Attends Colby Community College.
There's a ground ball. First pitch hitting to Rodriguez. Fields it. Steps on the bag. 3 away.
Express get on the board early here. 2 runs on 3 hits.
And when
No Mavericks.
you look at
2
the
left on. See what the Mavs can do here.
the parity in the league this year and how so many of the guys know each other from different places. They play together.
Yeah.
I believe the Stark brothers, one of them plays at Colby Community College. You see now Zdunich does. And then, you talked about Russell Strilchuk, his connections with the Dogs Academy, different players that are playing in different areas there. There's so much familiarity in this summer league.
There is, and there's players playing tonight on the Moose Jaw Miller Express that play at Minot State, and we know Sal Rodriguez plays at Minot State. So Minot State University very close to any players from Moose Jaw, Regina, Weyburn. Great opportunity for them to play in North Dakota. Some good programs in North Dakota.
A very,
college baseball programs.
Good area down there. North Dakota is just a very good sports area.
There's a
I
blue
mean,
golf
they
club.
hold,
There's a
you know,
team
University of
layout.
North Dakota, one of the most established hockey
Golfing
teams
enjoyment with an
in the
emphasis on
country.
golf course,
It's just a good area for sports, really, in
We
general.
strive to surpass your
Yeah, and
expectations.
their
Desert Bloom Golf Club.
football team
Today's
out of
game
Fargo
is
that
sponsored
plays
by
in the
Chevrolet
Fargo
Chevrolet
Dome.
Cadillac Murray.
Carson Wentz came out of that
Carson
program.
Wentz came out of that program too. That's right. So good job there. That's so true.
Including the Medicine Hat Mavericks. They appreciate the support of many of
Maybe I gotta go there. Maybe it's not too late.
Tonight's game and look forward to seeing you
football?
again in the
Whichever one will take me.
Take advantage of the Costco preferred
Soika
pricing
leading things off here
that
for
is
the
on right
Mavericks.
now.
Soika Wayne was the victim last night of, I don't know if it was a suspect call, but definitely a call that got to him and definitely could have changed the course of the game. He was called out on third last night. It was something that you and Guy talked about off the air. And the debate was, did he interfere with the guy trying to tag, or was he on the base already? But ultimately, the umpire said he was out, and Soika was very animated.
Yeah, that was
A tricky play.
well, and it was a risky base running play to begin
Top of
with.
the order, starting it off for the Mavericks, the left fielder, number 30, Austin Soika.
And he made the third out at third base, and he was in scoring position already at second base, but decided on the ball that went out into center field that he could try to make it to third, and was called out at third. I know he was upset, but it was a bang play. The person who had the best view of it was the umpire. He disagreed, the coaches disagreed, but when it's bang and the umpire is in good position,
It's a battle you're not going to
yeah,
win.
right. It's when it didn't go his way, but no need for him to have tried to go to third on that, in my opinion.
Finds
Count
himself
is
up,
2-0.
up here, so
As you mentioned, he's batting .347 on the season. Huntington Beach native from Southern California. Called strike on the inside half of the plate. Soika's got 26 RBIs this year. This is his 35th game out of the 40 games that the Mavericks have played, or 41 games, including this one. Slider catches the outside corner, called strike 2, evens the count.
Well, he kind of scooped that.
What?
I thought he scooped it. It looked like it, eh?
Slider
What's up,
again outside. Soika falls it off over the stands on the right side. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Down the middle, Soika hits the hole on the left side. Leads it off with a single.
what impresses me about Soika is his ability. He's always able, if it's not a deep ball, he does seem to
Base hit
find
for
those holes.
Soika,
And
brings
that's a
to the
sign
plate
of a
the
good
shortstop,
batter. He
number
always seems to
5,
put it just in the right place.
Garcia.
Well, the catcher set up outside early, and I think he was trying to deceive Soika on that. Soika, sometimes you can feel where the catcher is setting up. The catcher set upside early outside and then went back inside, and the pitch didn't get far enough inside, and Soika was able to turn on it. That pitch is low and away. Soika's got 9 stolen bases this year, has been caught stealing 3 times. PJ Garcia hits it back up the middle, right to the second baseman. Backhand flip to the shortstop. Great play by the middle infield for the turn of double play. A 4-6-3. Second baseman made an outstanding play. Didn't touch it with his bare hand. Backhanded it
Two gone now for the
and
Mavericks.
flipped
Brings
it
to
in the
late.
same motion to the
second
shortstop.
baseman, number
He
9,
made a
Nolan
good strong
Rata.
throw to first base to retire Garcia. So Radai coming to the plate with nobody on. Takes the first pitch, called strike. Radai is batting .344 on the season. Leading the team in runs scored with 33 and with hits with 56. Pitch way outside. Count is 1-1.
I thought Wayne, that was a really nice turn double play there.
Very
by
good. Yep.
Tough going that way, just a nice little
Yep.
soft touch flip over.
Very well executed by Campbell and Farrell in the middle infield. I thought as far as Campbell had to go that they might not be able to double up
Yeah.
Garcia, but great play. If he would have transferred it any other way, they wouldn't have
Wouldn't
got
Oh
have
it.
yeah,
got the
yeah,
double play.
he had no choice but to just flip it over.
Right.
And those are the things that they do, you know, before even game starts. They play that little hot box game with the gloves,
Yes.
You know, and it's
Little
stuff
flip.
like that. Yep, it's stuff like that that really makes a big
Rat Eye
difference.
strikes out on a slider, low and away. 3 away.
That's such a
Mavericks
good
get nothing
point by
either in the bottom of the first inning.
guy there, Wayne, is that
Moose
those
Jaw
little
with a
games
2-0
that
lead, still
guys
after
play
one.
that seem
From the
foolish, they often, you know, even just messing around with the ball, trying stuff. Sometimes you
Sort of
translate that into
innocent
games
nervous.
and then you end up being successful.
And a lot of times it's just natural athleticism too. You see Connor McDavid do things in hockey that I'm sure he doesn't practice, or Mitch Marner. They just have natural instincts on how to do things and when to do them, and baseball
Wait, what do
players
you got
are the
there,
same
Lucas?
way. Sometimes you practice them, and sometimes it just comes instinctually.
Instinctually, that's right. They're more reacting than they are thinking.
Yes,
Corey Winder.
they make it up on the fly as they go along.
Make it up on the fly indeed. Wayne, a little bit of a not a pretty inning for Owen Steele to start the game. 3 hits,
Corey
2
Winder
runs generated.
And, down the third baseline. Is that what you're saying?
Steele didn't play last night's game. What does Steele got to do here
Oh, on
aside
the
from
patio.
throw
Okay,
strikes? Do you think he has to have a little bit better communication with Odland, or is it a bunch of those things like communication, better pitches?
No, he just has to pitch ahead in the count. I mean, give credit to the Moose Jaw hitters. They came out swinging the bats. They found the holes. And as long as he
Second
keeps
inning
throwing
brought to you by
strikes,
Crystal Metz Insurance
doesn't walk
Agency.
anybody, I
And a
think
special
he'll be
shout
fine.
out to Corey Winder. Happy birthday down there on the Source One patio. Corey, where are you? Just wave Corey, or someone point him out down there. Yeah, there he is. He's waving. There he is.
Owen,
Is that the bald-headed
Owen
guy there?
Steele is from
That's okay.
Calgary.
That's okay. I see him. We're
Has
waving to you,
pitched
Corey. Happy birthday.
38.2 innings so far this year, 38 and 2/3 innings, 19 walks,
Starting off
34
before the Moose Jaw.
strikeouts,
Number
has
10,
a
Devin
3-0
Farrell, Liquid Lions
record,
beer
1
batter.
loss record, and a 3.95 ERA. Number 8 hitter, Devin Farrell, coming up to the plate, puts down a great bunt. This will be a tough play by Steele. Oh, and he gets him on a bang play at first.
You know what? You come up in the second here. We'll get things. We're kind of doing double duty.
Great bunt. Great job by the pitcher fielding his position. I didn't think they were going to have a chance at him,
Farrell goes
but
down,
I actually agree with the
Cole Slade
umpire. I
first,
think
one
he
down
got him
for
at
Moose Jaw.
first. I know
Brings
the
to plate,
coaches
number
weren't
19,
happy with it,
Marcus
but
Melendez.
my eye says he was out.
For you.
So a 1-3 put out.
Got distracted there.
Number 9 hitter Marcus Melendez coming to the plate, batting .211. First pitch in the dirt,
Oh, that's Monk's. That's Campbell's Monk.
ball 1.
Oh,
A little warmer tonight for those of you watching at home. Not nearly as much wind, so it's a nicer atmosphere for the fans. Very few of them are wearing jackets tonight. As the game goes on, the jackets will probably come out.
A
Always cold
traditional.
last night.
Yeah, we had the heat cranked up in here. That's for sure.
I couldn't believe you kept this window open on me all night. Swinging strike, evens the count, 1-1. On deck, Eric Marriott, the leadoff hitter, single his first at bat. So Steele definitely wants to get the number 9 hitter out. Bring up Marriott with nobody on, 2 away.
See him. Oh, look at that smile. Look at that
Call
great smile.
strike 3. Catches the inside corner. Melendez is not happy
Melendez
with
goes
the
down
call,
game.
but
2 gone now for Moose Jaw. Brings the
walks
lead
back
top
to
of
the
order.
dugout.
Center fielder number
Carrying
8,
the
Eric
lumber.
Marriott.
Mr. Kim Johnson joins us. Welcome back, Kim.
All smiles, looking good, buddy. Looking good.
All smiles, looking good. Kim was in bed at a reasonable bedtime. Things good. Life's good for Kim Johnson right now. No question about that.
First pitch inside.
It was a long
Calls
one, buddy. It was
a
long
ball.
What time was the
Close
final
pitch.
play?
155
151.
ish.
151.
151.
Yep. That pitch is outside. Count is 2-0.
That's a record.
Yeah, it was
It's
a
gotta be a league record.
It was a long one, buddy.
We had we'd set the previous one the last time at 16,
Yeah.
and then we broke our own.
With 2 away, Marriott is at the plate. Single his first at bat. There's a pitch in there called strike on the outer half of the plate.
So feels good.
Marriott hit a single between first and second base.
Good.
Yeah. That's going to be in for a long
That pitch blown away, called strike 2, evens the count.
3 months.
Marriott doing a better job, or Steele doing a good job here, Wayne, of working quickly.
Yes, and that always helps your
A
defense.
recipe for success.
Pitch in the dirt, blocked, gets away from the catcher, but no harm done, no runners on base. Count goes to full. All 3 of the Miller Express hits in the first inning were between first and second base.
Or lefties.
Here's the full count pitch from Steele. Swings away. And
Nice
Clayton
grab
Smith
from Clayton Smith.
catches a line drive, goes to his knees,
Clingan Smith joining
snags
on the
that
spot
on the
hit.
back
Makes
end.
the
Great play.
Bouchard gets nothing here in the top of the second.
Good job by Steele to have a shutdown inning after the first inning, giving up 2 runs.
Don't, but you want
And Wayne, we talked about it in the pregame show. Clayton Smith looking just fine there. You said skip a beat was the reference, and he's
I don't think
no
that's-
worries there. All good. What a nice play. Sal Rodriguez due up for the Mavericks. Wayne, I had a conversation with Sal this morning, and we talked about
you know what?
the baseball gods and how he felt, and I seconded. Baseball gods were not in his favor last night. Hit by a pitch, victim of a few strikeouts. He's looking to turn things around tonight. He's eager to make a difference in the lineup, and I think, anytime a baseball player that has that much ability that Sal does, they're going to bounce back.
Yeah, and he was a victim of bad luck. As I recall, his first 2 at-bats last night, he hit the ball hard, especially his second at-bat. He hit a screaming liner, but right at the left
Hey,
fielder.
Matt's looking for
And
a
his third
vehicle
at-bat,
that has the license
he hit the
plate
ball off
number
the end of the bat and got an infield single.
BWM
And that was his only hit of the game. So he could have been 3 for 3 after his first 3 at-bats.
Just
And
like
after that, it
baseball
went
goes.
downhill.
Yeah, it did.
News for you.
They brought in some tough pitchers last night.
well,
Did it?
and
You really- you
makes
talked
it-
about
Frozen for the cleanest car in the parking lot, and you just won a free car wash.
the pitching group that Okotoks
The
put
free
together
car
last
wash
night,
at
the
Mavericks.
amazing
Again, it's a Ford
strike
Edge.
to walkout ratio. What is Michael Ross, who's pitching here for the Bouchard Miller Express? What are the stats on Ross heading into tonight's game?
Well, Ross is a strikeout pitcher. This is his 14th game. This is his 4th start.
It's the 4, 5, 6 hitters.
He's pitched 34 and
The
2/3
first baseman,
innings.
number 20, Sal
His strikeout
Rodriguez.
to walk ratio is 6-1. He's walked 6, struck out 36 this year. Has an ERA of 3.11. So he's going to be tough tonight. First pitch in there, called strike.
And Rain, we're pleased to be joined here by a couple of our families from the webcast. We have a few parents in town. We met the Cooper family tonight and fouled off here by Rodriguez for an 0-2 count. And Wayne, it's our favorite part of the job is getting to meet new people and the families come in here. It's what I love the most.
Right, the Cooper family from Anaheim, California are up here visiting. They went up to Okotoks and watched the games up there and then are here. I think they're going back on Sunday or Monday.
Yeah, I believe they're spending a day together on Sunday. And as we learned, called strike 3 there for Sal Rodriguez. And tough out for Rodriguez. As the Cooper family mentioned to us, Wayne, Hunter's younger sister, quite the established ball player herself. She's participating in a provincial tournament down there.
Yeah, in the state tournament,
for the
and I
Mavericks
think
brings
they
the late-
qualified to
designated
go on
hitter
to the
number 25,
regionals,
Colton
which
Wright.
are in Oregon. So when they get back on Monday, on Friday, they have to go up to Oregon for the regional softball championships. Colton Wright, the DH tonight. He was 4 for 9 in hitting last night.
And I believe, Wayne, as you called last night, you said you figured this is the spot he'd be in. And when he's hitting so good that he was, and how things just seem to be, well, not seem to be, how they are getting better for him batting, you need him in the lineup every night.
Well, he started the game last night with a 250-something batting average, and it's up to 270 now. There's a ball, a little flare hit to the first baseman. He's a catch for him. That ball got in on the hands of Colton Wright.
2 gone now for the Mavericks. Gonna right to the late. The right fielder, number 23, Cameron Pope.
Cameron
Cam-
Pope batting .267 on the season. Lawrence, Kansas native.
And his mom's in attendance tonight as well.
Is she? I
Yes,
did not
we,
know
she
that.
just popped up there. We'll probably have a chat with her soon at some point. Pope came into last night's battle when he wasn't scheduled to, but they threw him in there to DH, and then he eventually worked his way out to, I believe, center field, or right field, sorry, is where Pope finished last night.
Yeah, I think he pinch ran or he pinch hit or something. I can't remember exactly. There were so many
There was
things
so
going
many,
on
so
last
many
night's
moving
game.
parts
that-
going on, but I believe that is how it came to be. And for Pope, was a guy this year that started this year a little higher up in the lineup. He was hitting around 330 to start the year, and it's came back down. But I've liked his game and how he's working hard trying to get popped up here to the
Shortstop calls off the third baseman, makes the easy catch, 3 away, 3 up, 3 down.
3 up, 3 down. Indeed, I like how. What I really do admire about this Maverick team, Wayne, is even for guys that do go into slumps, like you mentioned, it does happen to everybody.
3 up, 3 down for them.
For the most part, guys that do go in slumps, they eventually come back out and they put together some good baseball. You look at Colton Wright, who had his slump, and now he's doing
Okay,
well.
we have a couple,
I expect Cameron Pope to be
couple of draws
turning
here
that corner really soon as
cap
well.
winner-
And to say at
cap
266,
draw
he
winner
hasn't
is
been terrible
Wally
either.
Owonick. You can
Well,
go to the Souvenir Shack to
Sometimes the
collect
teams get a scouting
there.
report on you and they
Also,
find a way of
special
getting you
shout
out,
to
and word gets
Lucas
around very
Cross
quickly.
and Michael Lucas from
And
Germany.
I think it's a
their
little
first
different with
baseball game here tonight.
Colton Wright. Colton Wright's a veteran, and he knows the league. A little bit more experience than Cameron.
Again,
Cameron started
Chris
off
and
pretty
Karen
well,
Cooper
and
that's
he'll
Carson's
have to find a
sister
way of
from
making the
Anaheim,
adjustment,
California.
because I
That's
think
parents
that
of
the
number
teams have
34.
made the adjustment to
Hunter Cooper,
him,
they're here again tonight.
and that's why his batting average
And
has
Jeff
dropped
and
about
Lori
60
Steele
points.
from
60
Calgary
points, that's
with
it.
Kelly and Ann sisters. And that's Owen Steele's parents and relatives from Calgary are visiting us here again today. And a special happy birthday to Keith Hansen. 50 years plus 21 years of experience. I don't know what that means, Keith. I just read the stuff up here. Well, happy birthday, Keith.
So pitcher Owen Steele's
And
parents
folks,
from
don't forget, we
Calgary
got
are
that
in the
championship
stands
table
tonight.
down there.
Anyway, it's
And,
always good when you
Doc
can do
said,
that. It's
a
you
limited
talked
time
about it
only, buy
earlier
3
with Mr.
tickets at
Cooper.
$10 each and
It's
receive
important to
them
watch your
Bounds
kids
Road.
play and grow. You know, for me
Valid at
myself, I always
$20
enjoyed having my
designed
parents
and
at my
made by
hockey
God
games
yourself.
and
So
grandparents
just
coming to
check it out.
games. I felt like I
That
played
championship
better.
table
And as a
looking
parent,
pretty
is there really anything better than watching your kid play sports that they love? For you?
Well, they're only young once, and once their playing days are over, that's a small window, and it usually lasts from about the competitive baseball from about 12 to 22. So you got those 10-year window of watching your kids play, and once that's over, you know, then it's beer league. First pitch swinging, single to left field by Ty Likely. That's his second hit of the game. First pitch swinging again. He's seen 2 pitches, got 2 hits.
We mentioned last night how we
No,
liked when the
Mattingly
Mavericks
designated hitter
did that.
number
We
7,
felt like it
Cole
kept the
working.
defense on their heels a little bit, and the Mavericks were able to build momentum on that first pitch, first swing.
Yeah.
Pitch is high and away.
Fans will 50 tickets courtesy of
Likely
AC
is
Elders and Associates
2
of
for
RBC
2 in stolen
Series.
bases.
50 tickets on sale now.
Throw over to first base, back in time easily. Ball was in the dirt. Rodriguez scoops it, keeps it in front of him. Cole Warkin, the DH, batting 351 coming into this game. Swings on a slider, low and away. He flew out to the right fielder, his first at bat. He's got 18 RBIs on the season. 8 doubles, a triple, and a home run. Here's the pitch, swung, pulled foul down the third base side. Count is 1-2. Nobody away, runner on first base.
You got a clean job and everything.
Pitch by Steele. In the inside corner, catches the corner, calls strike 3. Tied him up. Couldn't get his hands
Second straight there
through
for
on that
Steele.
pitch.
One gone for Musha brings to the plate number 12.
Good call on the
Goal.
pitch between Audland and Steele to come in on the hands. First pitch was a slider away. Second pitch was inside. I think Workin was looking away again, and that pitch tied him up in the inner half. Darren Dole batting. Singled his first at bat. Hit the hole between first base and second. And there is a big hole there because Rodriguez has to hold the runner on base. Another throw over there.
And Wayne, you mentioned the Rodriguez and those Minot State baseball players. Daryl Dole is one of those Minot State baseball players. They played for the same team this past year, the same program.
Yeah, they're probably chatting over there. Minot State boys. That pitch is high.
It's pretty small. Yeah, URFJU.
Dole is from Roseville, California. That pitch is high into the right side. Pope underneath it. Waiting for it to come down. Makes the catch. Runner on first tags, but a
Nice
good
throw
throw
back
by
from
Pope.
Pope. Really nice throw.
High fly ball there in right field. Polk making the catch. 2 gone now for Moose Jaw. Brings to the plate
Last
number
night, that
28,
ball
Zach
would have been
Zachariah.
out of here with the wind.
Oh, that would have been
Sure
gone,
would have been.
Yeah, that wind was blowing at. In case you didn't hear it last night, we had winds here that blowing out to right field at 96 kilometers an hour, and it varied between 94 and 96, and then it died down as the game went on. But as the wind died down, the temperature went down about equally as fast.
It was a chilly evening up here for us, wasn't it?
First pitch swinging by Campbell over to third base. Klingensmith underneath it, makes the catch, 3 away.
Ends the inning here for Moose Jaw, leaving that stranded. They get nothing here in the top of the third.
And Wayne, the Mavericks working quick here. It's been efficient, and this is the kind of baseball I like to see from them.
Well, especially after last night, the game slowed down significantly after about the 7th inning. So having a quick game tonight, we'll all be
Hey,
happy.
fans, look on down by the patio there. We got Nelco champion on tonight's patio party along the third base line, and we also like to thank
the Mavericks
Source One
coming
Realty.
up
Let's wave
is
to Nelco Company.
Number
Yeah,
7, 8,
there
and
they
9,
are.
Klingensmith, Audland, and
We'd like to thank again
Walker.
Source One Realty for hosting the patio party. And if you're interested in that, check it out. Also, South Country Co-op, welcome to the Medicine Brew Company dugout deck. There they are, enjoying their time. And again, we'd like to thank Medicine Brew Company for sponsoring the dugout deck for the 2019 season.
nice crowd here tonight.
I am checking it out here, and it's
And
filing
finally,
in it
we'd like
with
to come
tomorrow
to
night being
free.
Superhero Night. Wayne, I expect.
Check out Swirls Ice Cream on Facebook.
I
busy
think
weekend.
superhero night could be really big tomorrow night.
No, we have. I'm excited to see what comes
To
of
enjoy
that.
during the game, it's a summer
You're my
double
favorite
play
superhero, though, just
from
so you know.
Swirls Ice Cream. Check it out on Facebook.
Well, then you lead a sad life if I'm your superhero, Ryder, but thank you very much nevertheless.
Nevertheless, Colin Klingensmith getting his first opportunity here, and you know, Wayne, he was involved in the action last night. He has a good catch there. Klingensmith, he's finding a way to be impactful and noticeable in the lineup. I think that's definitely, and for him, you know, how he talked about how PJ Garcia's kind of taken over that shortstop role. Klingensmith's doing a good job letting the coaches know that, hey, you gotta play me. You gotta
It's
find a way.
something
You
that
have
due
to.
up for the Mavericks,
Yeah.
starting off the third baseman, number
Klingensmith
10.
batting 286.
Klingensmith.
We have Zach Stark coaching first base for the Mavericks. Our coaches must be tired.
Really tired.
Can't make it over to first base to coach. My goodness.
What is up with that?
Pitches on, misses the outside corner, ball 1. Klingensmith is a spray hitter. Duncan, Oklahoma native. Boy, last night I wished I was in Duncan, Oklahoma. Pitch right up the middle, single for Klingensmith. Good at bat. gets a pitch that he can handle,
Did you
puts
really
the barrel
just-
on it.
Nice hit single from Queens. Did you really just say you wish you were in Dunklin, Oklahoma?
Last night I did, when it's probably about 100 degrees there last night at midnight, and we were at,
Base
what
hit
was
for
it, 10
Queens.
degrees
This
here?
Brent to the plate, the catcher,
There.
number 15,
10
Reed
degrees
Oldman.
Celsius, so they were about 50 degrees warmer than us. Yes, I wish I would have been there last night. Reed Odlin, Enchant, Alberta native, batting 183, catching for Colton Wright tonight.
As mentioned, Wayne, a tornado touchdown in his hometown recently, just a night
Last
or two.
night?
Last night, I believe.
Last
touchdown.
night.
This guy reported.
Yeah, we kind of lost track of days and nights last night there, didn't we?
I don't remember where I am right now.
Curveball. Oh, the catcher holds it, but it's still got called ball. Count is 2-0.
And Wayne,
That
Odland
looked like a good
hasn't.
pitch.
That was a good pitch. I thought Odland hasn't batted too much this year. He's
No, he hasn't. No.
what does he need to do here for somebody who doesn't generally bat a lot?
Well, he has to put the ball in play, and you've got a leadoff hitter on. He's got to try to find a way of advancing him. Do the little things that can help the team. This is only his 22nd game that he's appeared in this year out of 41 games. So you're right, he hasn't had a lot of at-bats. So the key for him is have a good at-bat. Do whatever it takes to help the team. Pitches outside, ball 4.
Like that, that'll
Just
work.
like that. You don't always have to get a hit to have a good at-bat.
And it'll bring in Freddie Walker, who
Holden draws
I'm
the
not
walk,
sure.
brings to the plate the
I
center
honestly,
fielder,
I thought
number
I
7.
didn't think we'd
Freddie
see Walker today, Wayne, into our
Walker.
fans. If I'm going to be totally honest, you know, you said you took that dangerous injury and you gave it a very descriptive comparison as to what it felt like when he got hit.
Well, he rolled his ankle running to first
That's right.
base,
And then he was hit when he was hit with the ball at the home plate as well.
Right, he hit that ball off his foot. Oh, a pickoff play. Only the pitcher was aware of it. The second baseman didn't know it was on. Little miscommunication there. Usually that's a pickoff play, and that's between the pitcher, the catcher, and the second baseman. Second baseman obviously didn't pick up the play.
Just the sign.
Freddie Walker takes a called strike. Yeah, Freddie Walker hit a ball right off the top of his foot last night.
We thought his foot was potentially broken. We thought even as far as
Well, sometimes you can break a bone in your foot. And then running to first base, he tried to leg it out, jumped at first base. There's another single up the middle. Coming around to score is Klingensmith. No throw. Good piece of hitting by the Mavericks.
an RBI
Brings the
single.
top of the order up.
Mavericks
Another
get
single.
on the board. You know what that means. 2020 Vision balls coming your way. Make some noise, fans.
RBI single by Freddie Walker.
Brings to the plate now. Top of the order, left fielder, number 30, Austin Soika.
We have Reed Odlin at second base, who got on a walk. And we have Freddie Walker at first base. Austin Soika had a single his first at-bat. Between the hole at third and short. Takes that pitch for a ball. Third baseman playing in on the corner. Continues to creep in. Soika takes that pitch for a called strike. Not showing bunt. Third baseman moves back a few steps now. Now's the time for Soika to put the bunt down.
Now it's time. You took the words right out of my mouth.
Here's a pitch, another single into center field. Odlin is being held at third.
Good idea.
That was a one-hopper. No chance for Odlin to score. Good job by the coach at third base. 4 consecutive hits. Bases loaded, nobody out. Time is called.
Soika with a
Head
base
coach
hit.
going out to the mound. I know Cam isn't here tonight, and last night I said when the Okotoks dogs were meeting on the mound that was a convention, and the definition of a convention is a bunch of monkeys.
Bunch of monkeys.
But actually, I looked it up today and I was wrong. It's a congress.
There's a bunch of monkeys.
Is a meeting of a bunch of baboons. So, right idea, wrong terminology.
Monkeys, baboons.
Sounds like us up here. Great idea, wrong terminology. That sounds like us, Wayne.
And that's what is called a congress, but it's actually not the term for a group of baboons. But a lot of people have used that as the definition of a congress is a group of baboons. PJ Garcia coming to the plate, hit into a double play, a 4-6-3 double play, his first at bat. Garcia runs well, handles the bat very well. He's tough to double up, but a slick double play by the middle infield turned that double play in the first inning. Bases loaded, good speed on the base paths, nobody out. This is our inning, folks. Corners are playing in. Pitch low and away. Ball 2. Middle infield playing back. Double play depth. Corners and pitcher will come home on a ball hit right at them. Pitch in the hole to right side. Another single for the Mavericks.
Tie game.
Coming around to score is Freddie Walker. Used his great speed.
And double RBI.
2 RBIs. Great piece of hitting by PJ Garcia.
A single and 2 runs batted in for Garcia brings to the plate the second baseman, number 9, Nolan Ratai.
Mavericks have put together 4 consecutive hits with a walk thrown in there. Nolan Ratai, the number 3 hitter, coming to the plate. Both runners are on the go. Steal, and they're both safe. Throw goes down to third base.
Wayne, that was close.
That was close. I think he was in. I think he was in there. Double steal.
What was it called? The plate?
Strike, I believe.
Soika stealing third, and Garcia stealing second on the same play.
1-0.
Lots of times the catcher will take the trail runner because he has to wait a little bit longer.
Yep, that's
and
right.
they'll try to take the trail runner rather than the lead runner. Slider, Ratai misses on the swing. Count is 1-1. Infield playing in right now, and that's dangerous. Any single will score 2 runs. Pitch is called strike on the outside corner.
It's too far out.
Slider.
Why?
The pitcher thinks was a called strike out for the third out of the inning, but it's actually only 1 and 2. First pitch was a ball. Had us fooled too. We thought the first pitch was a strike.
Yeah, so did
The
I.
umpire changed it. It was a ball. Garcia's got a tremendous lead. He's halfway down the line
It's up down the
from
road there,
second
guys.
to third. And he can play that far off because the shortstop is in front of him. Nobody playing behind him.
Right, this is a chance for the Mavericks here to build up a little bit of a lead and play with a lead instead of trying to chase the game, which they seem to have to do a lot.
Yeah, they got behind last night 6-1 and made a big comeback. Slider on the outside plate catches Ratai for the second strikeout of the game. That's the first out of the inning.
One gone
Sal
for the Mavericks, brings
Rodriguez
to the
coming
plate
to
the
the
first
plate.
baseman, number 20, Sal Rodriguez.
Sal was caught looking, called strike in the second inning. Infield remains on the grass. Right fielder is playing shallow, center fielder medium depth. There's a ball hit into the gap into right center. Coming around are both runners to score. Rodriguez has a 2 RBI single. First pitch hitting, not waiting around.
2 RBI single for Rodriguez. Brings to the plate now the designated hitter number 25, Colton Wright.
Wright lined out to the first baseman. It wasn't really a hard hit line drive, a little bit more of a flare. If it would have landed in, it would have been called the duck
Would have
snort.
been called the duck snort, as we
but
learned
it
last
didn't-
night.
Didn't land in there, so it was just a little flare.
That was a good little, nice little shot there.
Again, the right fielder is playing very shallow. Ball hit to the shortstop. Over to second base for the first out. Wright beats it out at first base. Gets on a fielder's choice. Just got out in front of that, rolled his wrists over on the ball. Pitch was on the outer half of the plate. And I know
Right,
that he
he's
would
on
like to
fielder's
have
choice.
that pitch
2-0
back
now.
to hit it into the right field gap.
Brings to the plate the right fielder number 23, Cameron Pope.
Ninth batter to come to the plate this inning. The Mavericks have scored 5 runs. Pope popped up to the shortstop his first at bat. First pitch in there called strike.
He's fielder's choice. He's fine. Yeah.
Colton Wright is 4 for 5 in stolen bases this year, but with how hard he played last night, I don't expect him to be stealing tonight. A line drive, a little flare hit to the shortstop. For the third out of the inning, good inning for the Mavericks, 5 runs.
A very good inning, Wayne, and this
Good
is the kind of
response there by
baseball
the
that you look
Mavericks.
to see
After
from
3
them.
complete, they take the lead of 5.
Play with the lead, not
Getting 5 runs there in the
trying to
third.
catch it.
Exactly. Exactly.
You good?
Okay, it's off.
So he goes off on it.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Those of you watching at home. Mavericks scored 5 runs in the bottom of the third to take a 5-2 lead. Hits are 6-4 in the Mavericks' favor. Owen Steele on the mound for the Mavs. His parents are in town. Cameron Pope's parents are in town. Hunter Cooper's parents are in town.
As well as Cameron Pope's mom.
Yes, I said
Good
Cameron
job there
Pope.
by our
Did you?
contestants.
I missed that. I'm sleeping.
Again, we'd like to
you were
thank today's
daydreaming.
Game brought to you by Murray Chevrolet Cadillac. Murray Chevrolet happy to sponsor the Mavericks.
I'm your
baseball
superhero, and you're not even listening to me. Come on,
Of our
Ryder.
dedicated
Work with
staff
me.
at
Work
buddy.
with you.
tonight's
I gotta
game,
give you
as
something.
well as a number of their precious customers, Murray Chevrolet Cadillac.
Number 6, 7, and 8 hitters for the Moose Jaw Miller Express coming up. Orange Chuck, Zdenek, and Farrell.
Starting off for Moose Jaw, number 20, Alex Orange.
Orange Chuck hit a sac fly for an RBI to center field, his first at bat. Pitch is high, ball 1. I like the way the hitters are going up for both teams tonight, and they're swinging right away.
They are.
They're putting the ball in play. I don't think we've seen more than 1 full count so far. Swing and a miss, evens the count.
No, these guys want to play. They're eager. They're eager. You can see it. You can visually see it. That these guys are eager to make an impact.
And Moose Jaw just came off a win last night, so they're coming in riding high. They want to keep the bats going. Pitch, change up,
2-1
little
count.
high. Count is 2-1. Klingon Smith playing deep at third base. There's a pitch, a pop up over to third base side. Klingon Smith giving chase. Makes a great catch right up against the fence. Great job by Klingon Smith getting over there.
That's a great track and catch there.
Good, and he's hustled hard, and he's done a good job.
Probably ran about 60 feet over there to make that catch.
And you're right to Brooks.
Great job. Yeah, he was halfway to Brooks. Good call.
Halfway to Brooks.
One gone now for Moose Jaw. Brings to the plate number 16, Tucker Zudenic.
And Zudinic just up a little bit further than that, Wayne, at High River.
Yes, just south of Calgary. About 30 minutes. Highway number 2. Zudinic hit a ground ball to Sal Rodriguez at first base. His first plate appearance. Takes that pitch, ball 2. Pitch misses somewhere. Must have been high. Anyway, the count is 3-0. Looked like a good pitch.
I say it looked like a good pitch.
That pitch is outside. Ball 4. 4 consecutive pitches. Gets Zudinic to first base.
And now the Mavericks here with Devin Farrell coming up here. Wayne Farrell batting 170 this year. They're going to look to try and
Bunch behind his beer batter
get him
number
to swing
10.
at some
Devin
junk and
Farrell.
put a
He strikes
double
out
play
this
ball
at-bat.
in
$1
play.
beer for the next 10 minutes.
Of course, we want strikeouts, but that's one way to do it too.
Yeah, I think they're going to go right after him, batting 171. Make him hit the ball, put it in play. Ball in the dirt. Good job by Reed Odland blocking it. Ball 1. That's 5 consecutive balls thrown by Owen Steele. I don't think you have to mess around with him batting 171 with curve balls and off-speed pitches. Fastball in there, called strike.
I agree, Wayne. I think you just go right at him, like you said.
You get a good hitter up there that's batting in the 300s or 400s. You got to mix your pitches up. But with hitters that are batting 170, there was a changeup, high and inside. Count is 2-1. You want them to beat you with your best pitch. No one steals best pitch is a fastball. Every pitcher's best pitch is a fastball. A well-placed fastball.
A well-placed fastball.
Runner's off on the hit and run. Fouled off. Again, that's a fastball right down the middle, and he fouled it off. He was late on that. Just about hit it out of Reed Odland's glove.
Yep.
Fouled it in between the umpire, catcher, and himself. Just about hit himself on the back foot. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Time is called late. Umpire grants the hitter time. Steele just about to throw the ball.
I was gonna say Steele was pretty close to throwing the ball in
Yeah.
there. If that would have got let go, it wouldn't have been the pitcher's fault.
Well, the pitcher can hurt himself on that by trying to hold up. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Ball gets away, but the batter is out.
You know what that means?
Runner
folks?
advances
That's
to
their
second.
Wonderline's beer batter striking out and a $1 beer for the next 10 minutes. It's 8:07. You got till 8:17. 2 gone now for Moose Jaw.
Pitch in the dirt gets Farrell swinging, but Zudinic advances to second on the wild pitch.
Brings to the plate now. Number 19, Marcus Melendez, the catcher.
Melendez is batting .211, the number 9 hitter. Will be followed by the leadoff hitter, Eric Marriott. Steele wants to end the inning right here. So do the Mavericks. First pitch swinging off the top of Radeye's glove. He holds it. Here comes a runner home. Good strong throw by Radeye. Oh, and it gets him at second base, but the run will score.
Run scores, yeah.
There's runner at second base is upset.
So
The coach is going out to talk to the umpire, but he overslid second base. And Garcia puts the tag on. So a single,
click on third, and then click on.
an RBI by Melendez,
Oh no, you're right. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. You're right.
and the play goes 4-2 to 6 for the putout. Radeye just about caught that ball, went off the top of his glove. He had to give chase on it, which allowed Zdenek to come around from second to score. Radai made a good strong throw to home plate. Odland cut it off, made a good throw to second base. Melendez was in at second base, but overslid it. Garcia kept the tag on, and the umpire called him out.
Understandable frustration from the Miller Express batter.
Well,
That can happen once in a while when you overcommit like that. When he really did, he overcommitted.
Right, he was going hard. He wants to make it to second base on the throw home. That's the right play, but Odland came up in front. I thought they might have had a chance at the runner at home, but Odland decided to move up to cut the ball off to try to get the runner going to second, and he did.
And a decision that pays off in their favor for the Mavericks. That's
He actually didn't get him out, but the runner overslid.
So I guess
safe
we'll call that the baseball gods.
Right, good call. Baseball gods and Ryder, they're on the same page. Yep, that's a good call. So one run.
I thought Reed had him at home.
I thought the play was going to be at home.
I'm thinking, why is he getting up to throw the second now?
Yeah.
I thought he had him at home.
So the walk comes around to score. Zdenek had walked with one out. Took second on the wild pitch on the strikeout by Farrell and comes around on the single by Melendez.
Okay, fans, it looks like Monty needs some help down there. Let's see if we can get that chant going. All right, Monty, see what you got.
So we got 7, 8, and 9 coming up again, same as we did last inning. Klingon-Smith leading off.
It's the 7, 8, 9 hitters due up for the Mavericks in the bottom of the fourth. Starting it off, the third baseman, number 10, Colin Klingon-Smith.
At the end of this inning will be the first trivia question of the night.
Tim Johnson, the reigning champion, is back in the lineup.
That should have been a base hit too.
Klingon-Smith is 1 for 1. Hit the ball right up the middle his first at bat. Pitch is in there for a called strike.
Pitching coach Jack Stark makes the attempt, but
Ball is hit foul. I think he should take a glove down there. Again, I'm rather surprised at a league at this level where the coaches aren't having to wear helmets.
Down on the baselines. Yeah.
You know, in the minor leagues of professional baseball, they all have to wear helmets.
you mentioned the terrible story of I can't remember where you told me it was, Wayne, where the one former pro baseball player was pitching coach, new family and everything, and he was struck by a ball and passed away.
Yeah, that happened about 5 or 6 years ago, and he was a former Blue Jay player, played with the Toronto Blue Jays. Another single hit up the middle by Klingon-Smith into center field.
And Klingon-Smith finds himself 2 for 2 tonight, Wayne.
2 for 2. Batting .286 on the season coming into tonight's game. That'll put him up
Klingon-Smith with a
above
single. Brings the home to catcher number 15, Reed Oldland.
We had talked about Oldland earlier not getting a lot of plate appearances, and he just has to have good at-bats. He had a good at-bat his first plate appearance. Drew a walk. Put runners on first and second, nobody out.
That led to them getting a few runs to come in after.
And he came around to score, as did Klingon-Smith ahead of him. Here's the pitch on the outside corner, called strike. Good pitch by Ross. Catcher Melendez set up on the outside corner. He hit the mitt. Melendez setting up outside again. Called strike again. Hits the same spot. Count is 0-2. Count 0-2. This might be a good pitch for Klingon-Smith to run
to go.
on. Not going. Pitch is low. Tried to go to the same spot again. That one was a little bit low. Count is 1-2. Klingon-Smith is 6 for 8 in stolen bases this year.
comes the pitch.
Ground ball hit to the second baseman, over to the shortstop for the first out, but the shortstop throws it away into the dugout, and Odland gets second base on the air.
So fielder's choice. But then let's and get Smith out on a 4-6, and then get Odland to second on an E6.
So fielder's choice, E6 advances Odland to second base. Not sure they had a chance to get Odland on that double play. That ball was hit too far in the hole. Shortstop decided to give it a chance anyway. Farrell threw it into the dugout. Freddie Walker singled up the middle his first plate appearance. Had an RBI, drove in the first run for the Mavericks. There's a slider, catches the outside corner. Ross has a good slider. He's a tough pitcher. We'd indicated earlier in the game he's got 5 wins and only 1 loss. A 6-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. That pitch on the outside corner, fastball, count is 0-2.
And Michael Ross, for the most part, Wayne, he works relatively quick as well.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
And it's fun for us, doesn't we get fast baseball? After last night, anything that's less than 6 hours and 50 minutes will be a victory for us, a moral victory. There's a ball hit into the gap in right center field. Freddie Walker's rounding the ball bases. He's going to pull up at second, has an RBI double. Second RBI of the night for Freddie Walker.
RBI double for Walker.
And Wayne, you mentioned with Reed Odland, he finds another way to
top of the order now for the Mavericks.
Up to bat twice. He's came around home to score twice.
Austin
Yes,
Soika.
he has. I'm amazed this whole game at how shallow the right fielder has been playing. I've been saying that the right fielder is playing shallow, and that ball, he had no chance of cutting it off.
No.
And again, he's playing shallow right now. Leadoff hitter Austin Soika coming to the plate. Singled his last at bat. Came around to score. Also stole third base on a double steal with he and Freddie Walker. Soika was the lead base runner on that double steal. 1 away. Here's the pitch. First pitch swinging, but hits it foul down the third base side. First pitch or second pitch swinging, but it's hit foul, long foul ball down the left field side. It would have been an easy double, but it wasn't between the white lines.
Soika's ability, Wayne, to crush the ball is just it's he's got one of those effortless swings if it has to be. He has a very nice swing.
He's had good at bats. He's batting leadoff. There's a reason for that. Oh, tough slider. He's able to foul that off. Good piece of hitting. You get fooled on a pitch like that, you don't care if you hit it fair. You just want to get another opportunity. And he just stuck his bat out and fouled it off. Great slider. Catcher setting up outside. Slider again. He misses outside. Count is 1-2. Big hole between first and second. Second baseman is holding Freddie Walker on down there, and now gets back into position, and the ball is hit right at him at second base. Fields it cleanly over to first for the second out.
And Wayne, that
Second baseman advances to third.
That second baseman made the perfect adjustment there. I watched that unfold. He just subtly came over, and the ball went right to him. That's a good read by the second baseman.
Right, he has to hold the ball. He has to, with a right-handed hitter up like Soika, who's
Two gone
been
now for the
pulling
Mavericks.
the
Brings
ball.
to the plate, the shortstop number 5.
Shortstop
TJ
has to play in the
Garcia.
hole, so the second baseman's responsibility is to hold the runner close. We know Freddie Walker will steal third in a heartbeat. So he held him close and then got back into position quickly, and the ball was hit right at him. Slider misses the outside corner by a lot. PJ Garcia up at the plate had a 2 RBI single his first at bat. There's the ball hit out into left field. Left fielder comes in, makes the catch for the third out. 3 away.
And Wayne, it's the moment of truth.
Mavericks get one more here in the bottom of the fourth. Take a 6-3 lead after 4 complete.
What moment of truth are you talking about? The trivia question?
Let's hear it.
Trivia question. Okay, folks, those of you that are watching at home and those of you in the booth. Now, in the booth, you guys have to be honest now and don't go giving up hints and all of that
What are
stuff.
you talking about, Wayne?
Keep it to yourself. So here's the trivia question, folks.
True. Oh.
Which player, Major League Baseball player, holds a single season record for hits? Which Major League Baseball player holds a single season record for hits, and how many hits did he hit in that season?
What year?
No hints.
Okay.
No hints right now.
Most hits in a season.
Most hits in a season. Not home runs, not singles, but all of them combined. Home runs, singles, doubles, triples.
Yes.
No, you have to. We have to give our audience a little time at home. Now we can guess. I shut it off, so we can guess up here. Marriott squares the bunt, leadoff hitter, pulls it back, pitches in there for a called strike. We're in the top of the 5th inning already, folks. I'm going to put the kiss of death on this game, saying this game is really moving along.
Don't say it.
Wayne, you give me a rest.
And Wayne, if our good friend Garth Knight was here, God bless him. Hopefully he's doing okay now, but he would say no, it's
in
one
the
extra
dirt.
innings.
Count is 2-1.
This game's going extra innings.
Marriott is 1 for 2.
When you've impacted the games too much the last little bit here, I'm going to have to.
There's
Nice
the
pitch
pitch
there.
on the inside corner, evens the count. Count is 2-2.
A nice pitch from Steele there.
Marriott lined out to Klingensmith at third base, who made a nice backhanded grab to prevent a double. Pitch inside, misses, full count. And Marriott singled between first and second base, his first at-bat to lead off the game. Fouls that pitch back, full count remains.
So he's a Jeter.
Good pitch. So we have one guess up here by Kim Johnson. The guess is Derek Jeter. It'll be hard to get the number of hits, but let me just tell you, it's over 200. There's a ball in on the fist. Radai comes in, makes the easy catch. First out of the inning.
Leadoff hitter goes for the Mavericks. It's a good start. Wayne, we have somebody writing in.
One gone now
Pete
for
Rose.
Moose Jaw brings to the late
Pete
third base
Rose.
to number 32, tied lightly.
Pete Rose had a lot of hits. A lot of hits. He might be the all-time hit leader in Major League Baseball, but we're talking about one season. And he did have a lot of seasons of over 200 hits, Pete Rose. Just so you know, the average hitter who bats 300 gets to have 600 plate appearances, so they're going to have over 200 hits
200
in a
hits.
season.
Yeah, that's right. That's
And
simple
then
enough,
you
yeah.
have some hitters that bat 330, 340, 350. And so it's going to be well over 200 hits is the answer I'm looking for. And I'll give you within 5. If you're within 5, I'll consider
We'll
it.
consider
Oh,
that.
come on. 5. Wayne, that's it, 5. Gee.
No red.
Count
no.
is 1-1. Count is 1-1 on Ty Lightly. He's 2 for 2. There's a ball hit to Garcia. He had just moved to his right, but gets over and makes the play on the first base. 6-3.
Garcia making a play on
Some
a
nice
6-3 driver.
efficiency from Nolan Rada at the second base spot, and Garcia follows it up with a nice play at the shortstop. I love the efficiency
Brings it
between
right
the two,
out.
Wayne. I've talked about it
First base
1,000 times, I think, on our show here. But what those two are able to do together, it changes the outlook of their entire defense. Really, it totally revamps everything when they're together like that.
Well, I like the way Garcia, if you watch him, he goes in to get the signal from the catcher every pitch, and then he adjusts where he's going to play according to what the pitch is called. You can see him moved over right now. Now he's got the signal from Odland. He knows what pitch is coming. He adjusts his position. That ball is hit down the right field line. It's foul, out of play. The count is 0-2. A lot of times the middle infielders will get the signal from the catcher and they'll relay the signal to the outfielders by an open hand or a closed fist. Closed fist or an open fist.
That's right.
Closed fist is a fastball. An open fist is an off-speed pitch. And it doesn't matter whether it's a curveball or a changeup, but that's how you relay the pitches to the outfielders from the middle infield. Pitch swinging, misses, gets away in the dirt. Odland picks it up, throws it over to Rodriguez for the third out. Strikeout and a 2-3 putout.
Gets it down to first on a 2-3 out.
Of course, the guys on the corners can't see the signals,
And there's the flag. It's
That's
the
right.
Cottonwood Coulee closest to the pin action. We got some
so
contestants
they're
down there.
reactionary. Their
Gonna line up
position
some
is,
things, and
if the
Janessa,
ball
who
is
we
hit
got
at me, I just
participating
have to
today?
react to it.
Yeah.
They have to play a static position.
Wayne, I've been impressed so far from how the Mavericks have been able to build a bit of get a rally going. You know, so that's something last night that they weren't really able to do. Was they weren't able to really get much of a rally going. But you look at what Reed Odland's done tonight, how he's been able to find a way to get on base. And Wayne, sometimes that's all it takes. Is it doesn't have to be pretty. If you can find a way to get on base, what do you always say? We'll take him any way we can, and they're doing that. And look at that, they have a lead, not by accident.
Well, I like our pitching tonight. We've had 3 innings out of the 5 innings are 3 up and 3 down. And to me, you're right. Our hitters had the one good inning, but our
Again, top of the
pitching
fifth
has
inning, brought
kept
to you by
us.
Angela
it
Colodi
together.
of Royal LePage Community Realty. Let Angela's award-winning service and client dedication help you sell or buy your next home. Call or text her today, 403-952-5178. And parents, if you have kids 12 and under,
Only
make sure
the
they're
first
registered
inning
with
have there been
2019
more than
Sobeys
one
Mini
runner
Mavericks
on
Club.
base.
They'll receive a Mini Mavericks t-shirt.
Steele's
access
doing
to
an
all
excellent
regular
job
season games. And remember, if
holding
you
the
have
Miller
some
Express
chip bag,
hitters in check.
head on down to the office for Sobeys gift certificate.
Score
Bottom
is
of the fifth
6-3.
inning, brought to you by
The
River
hits are
Dental, the
5-8.
official dentist and hygienist of the Mavericks.
And Moose Straw have the only error committed by their shortstop on a throw into the dugout on an attempted.
Starting off
Double
for your
play.
Mavericks, it's the second baseman, number 9, Nolan Ratai.
So, do we have any answers in yet, Ryder, on the trivia question?
Ichiro Suzuki, 262 by Medicine Hat Baseball Games.
Who is that? Who's cheating?
Isn't that something?
And that's the right answer,
That's a
but
great answer.
somebody's cheating.
Ichiro. Wow.
Medicine Hat Baseball 219.
That's not
They're
me. I
cheating.
did not do not.
That's got to be a staff.
Was not me.
Ball hit up the middle. Second baseman gets over there. Over to first. Throws out Rat Eye. First pitch swinging.
And Wayne, I that's an account that's run by somebody in the staff group. But to be honest, even working here on the media side, Wayne, I actually don't know who runs that
One
account.
gone for the
It's
Mavericks, brings the late in the
somebody
first
hiding behind an account. It could be the owner, Greg
Could be
Morrison.
Greg Morrison.
Could be
He's Googling it.
could be Janessa in the office. Could be Lucas.
We
Could
gotta
even be
find
could
out.
even be Guy Lanigan or Kim
It's not
Johnson
me.
right beside us.
I'm too busy.
Yeah, those guys are too busy. I think we're gonna have
A
to.
little investigation here, hey?
Well, we can shut down anybody's account. We can block them.
We can. That
So-
baseball games. If you don't reveal yourself, you're cut.
Well, and if viewers are out there, and if you're giving us a hard time, don't be scared. Don't be shocked if you aren't blocked. We're just kidding, of course. But somebody from our organization is listening in.
I was looking at going out west to see if there would be a player there. Ichiro when he was with Seattle, but then he was with New York at the time too, right?
Yeah, but
Right,
he,
so
he got it
he
in
must have when he was in
2004
Seattle, right? Yeah.
with Seattle.
Yeah.
2004. There's a ball hit up into the air. First baseman is calling it. Makes the catch. 2 away.
No, Wayne, and we have a. I guess what's the saying? We have a mole on the. We have a mole or something like that.
We have a mole in the organization.
2 gone now for the Mavericks. Brings to the plate the designated hitter, number 25, Colton Wright.
We had some good answers submitted.
Pete
We had
Rose.
Pete Rose. We had
Kim Johnson said Derek Jeter.
Derek Jeter. Who else? Somebody else had logged in with an answer or two there.
Those are the 2.
Oh, yeah.
Medicine at baseball games guessed twice.
Did they?
I think that reveals their guilt.
Did they guess Pete Rose?
They
at
did
first?
guess Pete Rose too.
Oh, yes. Colton Wright coming to the plate. He was 4 for 9 last night. Slider catches the inside corner.
And Wayne, more importantly about those 4 for 9 is those were key at bats for Wright. Those 4
Yeah.
hits were crucial. That gave them a chance. But you mentioned that's something Wright kind of has a knack for. Key at bats.
Well, he came in, I remember that stretch where he had a single, a double, and a single. 3 consecutive at bats. Gave us lots of opportunities to score the go ahead or the insurance run. We just couldn't capitalize. Count is 0-2. Wright is 0 for 2 tonight. Ross is one of the top pitchers for Moose Jaw. Here's the pitch, way inside. Count is 1-2.
Michael Ross plays at Tiffin University. He's from Marysville.
Marysville,
Ohio.
California. That'd be no Cal.
No
There's
Cal.
a hit up the middle. Shortstop grabs it, but has no chance for a play.
And a nice hit by
Colton
Colton.
right on with his first hit of the night. I didn't think Farrell had a chance at getting to that.
No, good speed by Farrell.
Actually, I was watching Colton
Right
Wright
on with
running,
the base hit,
and he
brings to
started
the
to
right
veer
fielder.
out as if he was going to
Number
round the
23,
corner,
Cameron Pope.
and then realized that Farrell had the ball and had to boogie on down to make sure that Farrell didn't throw it over to first base. Pope is 0 for 2 tonight. Both hits were to the shortstop. Slider in there for a curve. Popped up to the shortstop and lined out his last at-bat. It was a soft liner to the shortstop. Right at first base with 2 away. Has 4 stolen bases on the season. There's a ball hit to the shortstop again. Farrell makes a great play. Throw on to first base, but too much speed
And
by Cameron
base hit.
Pope. Gets his infield single.
and for Pope's family at home, Wayne, it's always nice when you can see your kid get on base.
Base hit there
Yeah,
for Pope.
that was a bang play. Shortstop made a great play on that. Made it close, but Pope just legged it out.
Brings
Running
to the
hard
plate
all the
now.
way.
The third baseman, number 10, Colin Klingensmith.
Klingensmith is hot tonight. He's 2 for 2. Both hits up the middle. The right fielder is still playing shallow. My goodness. And he comes in 5 steps. There's a ball hit out into left field. Left fielder gathers underneath it, makes the catch. 3 away.
Mavericks get nothing here in the bottom of the 5th inning, leave 2 stranded, but they still have that 6-3 lead.
Into the 6th inning already, folks. This
All right,
game's
fans,
flying
welcome back
by.
to your
We've only
program there. Let's
been
take a
at it
look
for an hour and a half.
In the Gas King ad, and we're looking for the signature of number 23, Cameron Pope. If you have the signature in the Gas.
Owen Steele out for
And again,
The
we'd like to
sixth
thank
inning.
Chevrolet Cadillac.
Steele's given up
Brings
3
and
runs on
medicine
5
for over
hits.
25 years, giving back to the community through many organizations, including the Medicine
Pitched a
Hat
very
Mavericks.
good game.
We
He's only
appreciate the
walked
support
2.
of many of you who are attending tonight's game.
He
and
has
look forward to seeing you
4
again
strikeouts
in the
on the
future,
night.
possibly at their dealership, taking advantage of the Costco preferred pricing.
As
that is
mentioned,
on
Daryl
right
Dole,
now.
a teammate of Sal Rodriguez's at Minot State. Wayne, what is it like when you play against somebody that you went to school with all year, you played on their team, and now you guys find yourself on different teams? What's that like as a player?
Brought to you by Southland
To
Charters,
tell you the
official
truth, I never
charter of
played
the
college
Mavericks.
baseball.
Southland
I got
Transportation.
signed as a free
Dedicated
agent
You're in the
and,
free agent
and
row.
played professional right out of high school.
Took that. Not a common road anymore.
No, well, I was before the draft of Canadian players, so Canadian players couldn't even get drafted at that time. So we have Darren Dole, the number 4 or 5 in hitters coming up to bat.
Starting off, number 12, Darren Dole.
Dole singled and flew out to the right fielder. His 2 previous plate appearances. Hits the ball to the right side, on the ground and in the air. Pope playing deep in right field. Dole has some pop. He's got 2 home runs on the year, 13 doubles and a triple. Curveball in, but too far inside, misses. Ball 1. Mavericks have 9 hits already in the game. Pitch is high and outside. Count is 2-0. Zach Campbell on deck. It's 0 for 1. Another left-handed hitter. And Renstruck, another left-handed hitter on deck. Pitch misses low. Ball 3. Team's worst nightmare starting to unfold. The leadoff walk. Come on back, Owen. You can do it, buddy. Get in the strike zone. There's a called strike. Taken all the way by Dole. He'll be looking for that same pitch on this count to give it a ride. That pitch was right down the middle. Here's the pitch. Swings at it. One hopper to Rodriguez. Gets over, touches the bag easily. Good comeback by Owen Steele.
Really nice comeback, Wayne.
That pitch is in on the inner half of the plate. Dole
Going on
couldn't
for
get the
Musha,
barrel out
number
front.
28,
Hits a
Zach
ground
Campbell.
ball to Rodriguez. 3 unassisted. I like the way Steele hustled to get over there as well. As soon as the ball was hit, he broke for first base, which all pitchers were supposed to do.
That's something that Steele brings to this team, Wayne. Is nice pitch there called strike 1. Is Steele brings that compete, Wayne, on the mound. You can see it. And then
I like the way our pitchers compete all the time. They don't always have success, but they're giving it their all out
the
there.
compete is there.
Yeah.
No, that's the really nice thing about this group. And you noticed it last night in their game, how when they were all standing together in unity, flying the bat, cheering their teammates on. And that, that comes more important than it seems. Called strike 2 as that catches the outside corner. That becomes more valuable as the season gets on. When you get into the playoffs and you have that team unity, it can take you all the way if you get the other right ingredients.
I look at the first inning last night. Cervantes gives up 3 runs, and after that, he was a bulldog on the mound. He battled all the way the rest of the game. And those 3 runs, they were earned runs, but that wind was blowing the ball all over in the plate. Ground ball weakly hit to Radai at second base. Flips it over to first. 2 away.
To go now for Moose Jaw brings to the plate the left fielder, number 20, Alex Renstruck.
Rinchuk had a sac fly to center field his first at bat, and then the ball fouled down the third base side, which Clayton Smith made a good running catch on over the shoulder. Pitch is high. Very nice crowd here tonight.
Very comfortable. I'm curious, Wayne, any speculation with the crowd? I'd say 700.
I would
780?
say at least 700. Yeah.
Two strikes.
1-1 count, I believe.
Count is 1-1. Swinging, miss. Pitch in the dirt, change up. Way out front on that.
Hey, Ross. Two, buddy? Okay. I'll make those announcements right away here.
Richard, I can't say
Richard.
his name. I know the guy, but I think it's Owen.
Owen?
Yeah, I think that's.
Count is 1-2, 2 away. Here's the pitch. In there for a ball. Wow.
I don't know if I agree with that call.
Fooled everybody.
Umpire says Simon says that's a ball. I wonder if the umpire's name is Simon. Simon says.
Could you?
that's a ball.
I believe
That
it's
pitch is
Brandon Strachey, but I believe in Latin that does translate to Simon Wayne. So you're right.
Full count. Yeah, he missed that one. And umpires do miss a pitch, but that everybody knew that one was a strike. Pitch is high. Ball 4 goes from a strikeout to a walk.
And that is the game of baseball, Wayne. It's what can you say?
Well, yeah. Now, when you have 2 strikes on the hitter, the umpire
No,
is
but I
usually
like
looking
feeling
for a
our
third
steam
strike,
cover.
and it was there.
Finish.
And that's third walk of the evening, Wayne. So
Yep. Zdenic now batting. Walked his last at bat, came around to score. First pitch swinging up in the right air to right field. Pope coming in, makes the easy
Hopefully
catch.
they get you out in right field.
No damage done on the walk.
Happening here for Moose Jaw on the top of the 6th inning. Hey fans, Ross just delivered me 2 names in that jersey draw. First one, Richard Hohen and Lachlan Hugland. You won those 2 jerseys that you were drawn for. You can go claim those down at the souvenir shop. Congratulations.
Mavericks will have 8, 9, and 1 coming up in the order. Odland, Walker, and Soika.
What does that mean? You know what? I just want a drink. Iced tea would be great.
Odland and
You
Walker
want anything like that?
have been on base all 4 times in their 2 previous plate appearances each. So they're 4 for 4 for getting on base.
Hey, last call, 50-50. Last call for 50-50. And hey, check out that championship table down there by the 50-50 table. Again, Dot's selling the tickets, $10 a ticket. But today, if you buy 3 tickets at $10, you'll get a beautiful Mavs rose worth $20 made by Dot. There she is. She's showing it off. That's the only flower she gets. No, that's not true, right, Dot? So check out that championship table down there by the 50-50 table. And again, last call for 50-50.
And Wayne, as mentioned, the 8-9-1 hitters are up here for the Mavericks. 6-3 game here, heading into the bottom of the 6th. What do the Mavericks need to do in order to keep this lead? Do they just need to keep padding that stat sheet essentially?
Yeah, they got to pad the lead. 6-3 is not a safe league anymore in this league.
Day and age.
Moose Jaw do have a pitcher warming up down in the bullpen. Right now the temperature is 18 degrees.
It's the 8-9-1 hitters due up for the Mavericks here in the bottom of the 6th, starting it off. The catcher, number 15, Reed Oldland.
And that converts to 64 degrees, but only a slight wind of 12 kilometers an hour, 12 miles an hour. I just converted my
Where'd you guys go?
weather app into Fahrenheit. So I read the 12 as being 12 kilometers. It's 18 kilometers. But temperature is 18 degrees Fahrenheit. Here's Klingensmith. Takes a pitch outside. Ball 1. Klingensmith is 2 for 3.
Oldland, sorry, Wayne.
Oh, I'm sorry. Reed Odland is batting. Yes, Klingensmith was the last out. Flew out to the left field.
You're fatigued from last night.
I am. You nailed it. Count is 1-1. Odland swings and misses at that slider. Odland has walked and scored. Got on the fielder's choice. Slider low in the dirt. Count is 2-1.
And he's been effective tonight. Good if anybody's a leadoff hitter in this game right now, Wayne.
There's a ball hit out into left field. Left fielder coming in, makes the catch. 1 out. Freddie Walker coming to the plate, hit a gapper
Hold
in
on for the
between
Mavericks.
right
Brings to the plate.
center
Center
field.
fielder
His
number
last
7.
at bat for a
Freddie
stand-up double.
Walker.
Freddie is 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs. Singled his first at bat right up the middle. Again, center fielder and right fielder are playing quite shallow.
Lucas, do you want to come help take balls in 2 outs, please?
Here's Walker.
Yeah, 10-4.
Takes the pitch on the inside half of the plate. Called strike. 1 away. Austin Soika on deck. Top of the order coming up. Mavericks need to get something going here. Pitch is inside. Evens the count. Slider catches the outside corner. That's kind of like Nolan Ross's or
Nolan Ruff's
his
slurve.
pitch, his slurve last night.
Yeah, it is. I was kind of thinking that as I was sitting here watching too. It's
In between a curveball and a slider, there's a ball hard hit. Hopper to the second baseman, fields it cleanly over to first base. Freddie Walker is out on a 4-3.
Are you going to come down to the medicated?
that'll bring up Austin Soika.
2 gone now for the Mavericks. Brings to the plate the left fielder number 30, Austin Soika.
Not sure if you guys watched Freddie Walker running down to first base, just overran first base, didn't step on the base.
Yeah.
A lot of teams will have a policy, you've got to hit first base every time.
Every time.
An accountability thing, or what's the meaning behind it, Wayne?
Well, you never know when the first baseman drops the ball, and if you don't touch first base and you overrun it, he picks it up, tags the base, you're out. So you're running down to first base, all you have to do is run, hit the bag. Pitch is inside, count is 1-1.
1-0. Sorry, guys.
I think the count is 1-1.
Is it?
Yeah, that was the second pitch. Ball in the dirt, count is 2-1.
Apologies.
That's right.
Here's the pitch. In there for a called strike. Pitch was up and out a little bit, but still catches the strike zone, evens the count. Here's a pitch, fouls it off, slider, nasty pitch, going away,
Yeah,
picks it
last
off
call,
the end of the
50-50
bat.
tickets.
Really is a nasty
Last
pitch,
call,
Wayne.
get your 50-50 tickets. Draw to be made.
Soika is
The-
2 for 3 tonight. 2 singles. Both of them hit through the left side of the infield. Ball in the dirt. Fights that off.
And Soika's good at that,
That
Wayne.
would've
Is
been
he's
a
able.
ball.
That would have been a ball. Soika's good at staying alive in counts. It seems maybe it's a sign of a good hitter too. You could argue, but he does a good job of staying alive. It's something I've just really noticed about him as a player.
Well, we've watched that with Wright and Radeye and some of those guys. They just fight. They battle up there. They have good at bats. They don't always get on, but they have good at bats. Klingon, Smith, Strill Truck, all of those guys, they spray the ball all over. Good hitters. Garcia.
This team's taking shape.
Count is full. 3-2. 2 away. Here's the payoff pitch. Fly ball into the right side. Second baseman going back. Makes the catch. 3 away. I gotta tell you, I'm not liking how this game is unfolding.
Mavericks get nothing here in the bottom of the 6th.
Do you feel it's
But
being
looks
played
like
a
we got
little
some
loose?
action out there again. It's the
No,
All-State
I'm
Home Run
just thinking
Challenge,
that
and
we've
Janessa
lost
Moore,
our
contestants
intensity.
there today.
And there's no real push for us to score more runs right now. We're kind of coasting, and bad thing to coast because all of a sudden the other team gets
Little
a few
momentum.
breaks, gets a walk here or there, an error, a couple of hits, and pretty soon you're down a couple of runs, and now the panic mode sets in. not the panic mode, but the desperation mode. And we're not playing desperate baseball anymore.
No, we're not.
We were when we were behind, and now we're coasting.
Wayne, like I said, that's something I'm looking for from the Mavericks group right now is to find, or not to find rather, but to start playing with the lead and still playing good baseball. I want that, become routine for this group.
Well, they're playing good baseball. I just feel that we've taken the foot off the gas pedal right now.
And remember, if you want to hit a home
And
run
that's
with
not
your
good
real
in
estate needs,
baseball.
connect with Tori Matson and Shauna Vandersproot from the home team at Royal LePage Community Realty. Visit them www.medicinehometeam.ca today.
Score is 6-3 in the top of the 7th for the Mavericks. The Mavericks are out hitting the Miller Express 9-5. Number 8, 9, and 1 hitters coming to the plate. Devin
So
Farrell,
Bunch of
the
Beer Batters starting
shortstop.
off for the Moose Jaw Miller Express. Number 10, Devin Farrell. He strikes out. This is back. $1 off beer for the next 10 minutes. Bunch of Blinds Beer Batter. Styling service for every budget.
He grounded back to the pitcher and struck out his first 2 plate appearances. Farrell batting 171 on the season. This is his 19th game. He's a slick fielding shortstop. Plays the position very well defensively. Squares to bunt, pulls it back.
Besides,
Ball
no.
strike. I really like that diving play that he made at short. Came up throwing to first base, but wasn't in time. But he's made some great plays. Pitch is high. 2-1.
Devin Farrell from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Wayne, plays at Bismarck State. He's a freshman too, so he's just getting started.
Fly ball into center field, caught by Freddie Walker for the
making a
first
hit
out.
in center field.
Wait, it's something.
Another North Dakota boy there.
Yeah, it's.
I'm going to have a North
Hold
Dakota
on for Moose
trivia
Jaw.
question coming up.
Okay, North Dakota trivia question.
Yeah.
Well, we hope those
Marcus
families are watching.
Melendez.
Have to have a North Dakota trivia question because there's so many kids that are playing ball in North Dakota that are on the field tonight. Marcus Melendez, the catcher, up at the plate. Slider in there for a called strike. 1 for 2.
10-4.
Struck out his first plate appearance, single his last plate appearance. That's hit to the left side, takes a bad hop on Klingensmith. Oh, not in time.
And a single.
That was a terrible bad hop, but that it took on Klingensmith. He was right over there, and the ball came up at the very last second.
That hop at the last minute, base hit. Top of the order now for Moose Jaw. Brings to the plate number 8, Eric Marriott. Last call for the Souvenir Shack. Last call, the Souvenir Shack.
Married is 1 for 3, a single, a line drive to Klingensmith, who made a great play on it, and then a ground ball to Garcia at short. Ball in the dirt, runner at first takes off, and he'll make it without a throw. Runner in scoring position. On the wild pitch. Action in the Miller Express bullpen. Nothing happening for the Mavericks.
Number 9 warming up down there, Wayne. Or 8. Well, number 9's listed as a coach, so I'm not pretty sure it's not.
Number 9 is listed as a coach.
No, we're just a little out of whack here. Nico Porterolio warming up in the bullpen. Anyway, we'll see what comes of it.
Vicious swing by Marriott, comes up empty. He was going for the river on that swing. For those of you that are watching, just beyond the berm and in center and left field, and in right field,
And in
is
right field
the
too,
South
yeah.
Saskatchewan River. Count is 1-2, 1 away.
Just taking the time here.
The pitch going outside. Fastball misses away. Had good movement on that fastball. Looked like a sinker. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Eventually, time is called. Steele backs off, taps his chest, says, "Yep, my bad. I took too long." Here's the pitch in the dirt, gets away from, it hit Marriott. That's why it got away on Odlin. Hit by a pitch. Puts runners at first and second.
Hit by pitch. Brings the plate.
One away.
The Mavericks got some work to do here, Wayne.
32 tie lightly.
Well, they got 2, 3, and 4 hitters coming up. Time is called. Pitching coach Lipke going out to the mound.
Hey folks, take a look at your Taco Time ad in your program. Looking for a signature of today's player of the game, number 25, Colton Wright. If you have his signature in the Taco Time ad, you win a free combo meal courtesy of Taco Time. Good for the men of Snap-all and the Dunmore Road locations. You can bring that winning ad to Leighton in the ticket office to collect your prize. And also, check a look at Remember When Toys, Candy and More. Looking for the signature of number 9, Nolan Ratai. If you have that signature in the Remember When Toys, Candy and More, you've won a $20 gift certificate along with 10% off your first purchase at Remember When Toys, Candy and More. Go see Leighton in the ticket office to claim your prize.
And Wayne, the Mavericks find themselves here in a little bit of trouble as Ty Lightly comes up 2 for 3 tonight, hitting around 330 on the year. He can do some damage here. He can have an opportunity to get the Express back in the game if the Mavericks aren't focused and dialed in here.
Well,
And you talked about the worrisome of them being
Yeah.
casual. It could come as early as right now.
we took our foot off the gas pedal here about 2 or 3 innings ago, and not a good thing to do. But we're only one pitch away. Double play ball will get us out of the inning. First pitch low in the dirt. Ball 1. I'm thinking we need to get somebody warmed up in the bullpen.
I'm thinking so.
This is not going in a good direction
No.
right here.
You called it. You were worried about it earlier.
Well, Steele walked a batter last inning, and now he's hit a batter. He's pitching behind in the count more and more. A pitch in there for a called strike. Good fastball.
Zachary McDermott warming up very, very casually, and he's going to head over, Wayne. There you go.
Good job, Coach Vasella. Don't let this one get away on you. Here's the pitch outside. Good play by Odlin to get over there and make a play on it. We got Melendez, the catcher, at second base. He's got 2 stolen bases on the year, and we got Marriott, the leadoff hitter. He's got 17 stolen bases. So there's good speed on the base paths for Mustra. Here's a pitch is high, ball 3. Count is 3-1.
And Steele's going to have to pitch himself out of a jam.
Well, what he has to do is let his defense help him out. Let him hit the ball. Can't defense the walk or the hit by pitch.
Those you got to avoid. As mentioned, the Mavericks average about 5.5 a game.
There's a ball hit out into right field. Easy play for Cameron Pope. Runner on second tags, goes to third. Here's a good strong throw, but cut off by Garcia. Runners on the corners.
Pope making the catch out in right field. 2 gone now for Moose Jaw. Brings to the plate the designated hitter, number 7, Cole Workin.
Cole Workin batting .351 coming into this game. One of the top hitters out of Regina. Leads the team in hits with 46. He was 3 for 5 in last night's win by the Moose Jaw Miller Express. Got 8 doubles, a single, and a home run. And he's going to run a little bit too. So good speed at first base. We know that Marriott's got 17 stolen bases this year. Not going. Pitch is in there. Change up, called strike.
Nice few pitches here for Steele.
Well, I'm watching to see Garcia at shortstop.
Make that adjustment.
Well, he's the one that I'm watching because he kind of gives me an idea of what pitch is being called. Slider away. Misses. The count is 1-1. Radeye will have the cover on the throw if there's a stolen base. Garcia has to cover the hole on the shortstop side. Ball is fouled away to the right side. Count is 1-2.
And all you need is one pitch here from
One
Steele.
pitch from Steele, and he's out of this jam. He's been pitching well. It's got us into the 7th inning. Runner is going. Hit and run is on. Ball is hit through the right side. Marriott going around the third base. And he's coming around home. Mavericks were caught sleeping on the play. Pope leisurely throws the ball into Radeye at second base, and Marriott just kept on running. Wow.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's a signal about RBI2 come in.
So Marriott uses his speed to scamper around the base paths on the single by Cole Warkin through the hole on the right side.
Ushaw scores 2. Brings to the lane number 12. Darryl
Wayne, the
Ball.
Mavericks were one pitch away, and next thing you know, it's a 6-5 game, and you were worried about it, and it slowly kind of came to be.
Well, they're not out of the woods here yet. Number 4 hitter Darren Dole coming to the plate. Dole is batting .317 on the year. He's got a couple of jacks. There's a ball hit high into center field. Freddie Walker going back. It's carrying right to the warning track, but he makes the catch on the warning track, deep right field.
And Wayne, I was a little worried that one was going to get out of here.
It was carrying, yes, it was.
Mushaw scores 2 here in the top of the 7th inning. Everybody, let's stand up and stretch. You guys are going to sing it for me. I'm losing my voice up here. You guys,
Wayne, they've been working hard, but
Yeah, it just we got
it gets
caught
out,
flat-footed
it got away
there.
on them. Like I said, I thought they've worked hard, but it's got away on them. And then you mentioned you let the foot off the gas just for a little, get a little leisure, and next thing you know, it's a 6-5 game. The Mavericks are gonna have to go back to work here.
Definitely.
I think head coach Tom Bisella's message is going to be in there is a little bit of kick up in the rear end and say, hey.
Well, there's no way a runner from first base should score on a short single to right field.
That's right, Wayne. That's right.
Cameron Pope had to come in to get the ball. It wasn't like it was hit to his side and he had to run to get it. Marriott was off on the pitch. He was running on the pitch. That was a steal. But you can't allow a runner to score on first base from first base on a single.
No, you
We
can't.
just fell asleep. No communication. And that's Klingensmith's job at third base, is to watch the runner. He's got the runner right in front of him. He's got to give a heads up to Pope and Radeye to hurry on that play.
Nico Portello, new pitcher.
And Wayne listed as a utility player on the roster sheet. Nico Portillo checks in from the sophomore attends Porterville College. And he's from
California.
and he is from Corcoran, California.
Corcoran, California, number 9, Nico Portello.
Is that NoCal or SoCal or MidCal, if such a thing?
Which college does he attend?
He attends Porterville.
You know, I'm not sure.
No, I'm not either. Fans, if you know what part that is, let us know. We head into the bottom of the 7th.
7th inning brought to you by Canadian Western Bank. We work hard to not just be productive for our clients, but proactive. You might even say we're obsessed with your success. Visit our branch on 13th Avenue and give us a call to learn how we can help you. Canadian Western Bank.
Portillo, this is his 7th appearance. He started 3 games. He's pitched 17 and 2/3 innings.
It's the 2-3-4 hitters due up for the Mavericks in the bottom of the
He's
7th.
got a
Starting
record
off,
of
their shortstop,
1 win
number
and
5,
3 losses.
PJ Garcia.
He has walked 12 and only struck out 4. So he's got a reverse ratio of 3-to-1. 3 walks for every strikeout. His ERA is 6.62. So hopefully we can do some damage against him. Leading off is PJ Garcia, 1 for 3 tonight. First pitch swinging, pops it up to the third base side. Third baseman giving great chase, but just out of his reach. He was probably in Suffield on that one.
I was gonna say if that was the one before was Brooks, that one was Suffield. You go a little bit further, and then what do you know? You find yourself in Strathmore.
Yep.
And I think that's about as far as it reasonably can get.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you got Bassano
I was
there.
gonna say maybe Bassano
You got
somewhere in between.
Redcliffe close by here, so.
Grecian. We'll call it as it lies.
Yeah. Pitch to Garcia. Grounds it 2-hopper to the first baseman. Fields it easily. Steps on the pillow. 1 away. 3 unassisted. Nolan Radai coming to the plate. Radai is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts.
Swung on for the
That
Mavericks.
was
Brings the
against
plate to the second baseman, number 9, Nolan Ratai.
Michael Ross. Michael Ross had his number with that wicked slider he had. I think Radai is probably happy that Ross is out of the game.
I think he'll definitely take that.
Sorry, what did you say there, Lucas?
Oh, and a bunt.
Lays down the bunt, base hit bunt. Third baseman's letting it go, but it stays fair. Radai on with a base hit single. A bunt single. We've seen Radai do that before. He's one of the guys that really impresses me with his baseball smarts.
Yeah.
Sees a third baseman playing deep on that play, puts down a great bunt, gets on base with a single.
And he was safe,
A bunt
and he
for
was
Ratai
easily
gets
safe, even if third baseman decided
Brings
to
the
make the
first
throw
baseman,
there. He
number
just
20, Sal Rodriguez.
he's waiting. He's just such a skill player, like, and he's so subtle about it, as you've made mention before.
Yeah,
You know, in my opinion, he's
unassuming.
very unassuming, and in my opinion, still a really good candidate for team MVP this season.
Well, he's had a great season. He's batting around 350.
Sorry, Lucas, I didn't get you. What did you say?
As we
there?
said, he leads the team in runs scored and in hits.
Attendance
Got
again, sorry,
5
801.
stolen bases. He's 5 for 5 in stolen bases. Has a good lead at first. Here's the pitch inside on Rodriguez. Just about hits him.
And he's tired of getting hit by them, Wayne. He told me that last night was the 8th time he'd been hit this season, and we talked about it in the morning, him and I. And he's tired of getting hit by them. His body told me he's a little sore today.
6-1-6-6.
Yep, he got hit hard last night. But sometimes you want to get on base. And
He's got it.
I know a lot of players. One of my sons loved getting hit. He did not mind getting hit at all. He would stand in there and just say, okay, I get first base.
Was that my grade 12 teacher?
Your grade 12 teacher, yeah.
Fun fact for
Throw
you,
over the
fans.
first.
Yeah. As we found that out last night.
Yeah, Ryder and I were talking, and I didn't even know that Ryder went to Monsignor McCoy High School, where my son teaches, and where I used to teach. Mr. Lanigan used to teach, and went to school.
Nice.
There's a hard hit single out to left field by Rodriguez. He turns on that pitch. Single to left field.
He
With
finds
runners on first and second.
and he finds himself 2 for 4 tonight. He's coming around.
Yeah, that's his second hit. He had a 2 RBI single, his second at
Base
second
hit
at
for
bat.
Rodriguez brings to the plate the designated hitter, number 25, Colton Wright.
Okay, boys, keep the gas
Fans, get out your
on the
50,
pedal right
50
now.
tickets.
The foot on the gas pedal,
Make that
rather.
announcement shortly here for the amount of
Tongue-tied tonight.
$591.
I think I have one eye open, still sleeping from last night. Colton Wright singled his last at bat, hit the ball up the middle. Middle infielders are trying to hold Radai close. The second baseman is right near the bag at second. Rodriguez not being held on at first, of course. Pitch in there for a called strike. Colton shakes his head. Yep, I agree. That was a strike. Portillo got the ball back and was ready to pitch right away. Colton Wright wasn't ready. Portillo works very quickly. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Inside. Changeup.
And when I project when the time comes, you're going to see Zach McDermott draw into tonight's game for the Mavericks.
Well, he's warming up hard down there, so I expect that he'll be coming in shortly. If there's Rat Eye off, hit and run was on at that play. Steps on the base, but not in time to first. Rodriguez did not get a jump on that. I don't know whether he knew the hit and run was on, but Rat Eye took off right away. Wright was swinging on the play, and Rodriguez wasn't running. Little discussion going on with the third base coach and Rodriguez. I think Rodriguez missed the signal.
Rodriguez out on a 4U. 2 gone. Brings to the plate number 23, Cameron Pope.
If Rodriguez had been running earlier, that ball would have gotten by the second baseman. He would have had to go over to cover Rodriguez.
Yeah, Rate's over there on the third. That's good.
Ball in the dirt. Good play by the catcher, Melendez, blocking it, keeping it in front. Colton Wright on first, Nolan Rat Eye on third. Mavericks need to score a run here. Need to take advantage of the inning that
You do. I think you need to pat. You need to. It's not a padding lead anymore, Wayne. We're calling it just playing the game.
Yeah, it's a desperation lead, just about.
I couldn't disagree. I hate using the word, but
Count is 2-0 on Cameron Pope. Pope singled his last at bat. It's 1 for 3. Here's a pitch way outside. Count is 3-0.
and Wayne with Klingensmith due up and the way he's been playing tonight, not a bad guy to load the bases for.
Well, and I think that's why Pope here would be given the take signal. If you look at Klingensmith versus Pope,
2 for 3.
they're taking that pitch. I wouldn't be surprised. Well, two away, you're not going to take another pitch. If you get one down the middle, your pitch, 3-1,
Go for it.
drive it. He might take it on his own, but there's a pitch in there for a called strike.
Just caught the outside corner, barely. A nice pitch there from Portillo, I think. I think he got the corner, not by much, but
Yeah, and a good take by Pope. There's nothing you can do with that.
can't really swing at that. No, you can't.
on-
There's nothing you can do.
Unless count, you're looking to get a pitch to pull. That's where your power is. Here's a pitch way inside. Wright was off with a pitch. Ball 4, bases loaded.
The third baseman, number 10, Colin Klingensmith.
Bases loaded, 2 away. Good inning for the Mavs. Good opportunity here. Score a couple of runs. Need some add-on runs. Here's the pitch to Klingensmith in the dirt. Good block by Melendez. Goes to his knees.
And Wayne, as mentioned, Klingensmith really having a good last 2 games here. I expect that we're going to see more of him if this effort, I guarantee you're going to see more of him if this play continues.
It's tough to take a hot hitter out of the lineup, that's for sure. A pitch in there on the outside corner, called strike.
Is there anything that stands out
Evens
to you
the count.
about Nico Portielli here early on? Is there a specific pitch that he's throwing that you think you like, or is it still too early to fairly assess him?
Yeah, I haven't seen anything special from him yet. That pitch is high and away. He's got an average fastball. I haven't seen anything that really is moving that would be deceptive. Not sure if he throws his changeup. Haven't seen it yet. count is 2-1. Bases juiced for the Mavs. Here's a pitch way inside. Count is 3-1.
This is one way to get a run too, Wayne.
Anyway, we'll take him ugly. Walk, wild pitch, pass,
Hit by
ball.
pitch.
Yeah, doesn't matter. Smith just needs to get to first, and we've got another run. Doesn't matter how he gets there. Here's a pitch. High fly ball over the right side. First baseman and catcher giving chase, but it's 3/4 of the way up the stands, and it hits a fan. Oh, somebody's hurt there.
Check on him.
Somebody needs to pay attention to the game.
Can you make sure someone
Ouch.
checks on him?
EMS getting their work in
The
there.
first date up there.
At least it wasn't a line drive. It was a pop fly. That'll still hurt, but hit her on the side of the head, the lady.
And
Actually, right on the top of the head. The lady.
no, yeah, you got to.
daughter is- she's calling off the paramedics.
She's waving him off as unofficial paramedic. Our program sales guy, Jay, going up there doing a good job. Another one of our unsung heroes of the Mavericks group. Jay works hard, tirelessly, doing the program stuff, Wayne, and he's just recently celebrating a birthday. But very qualified in the first aid. They're going to check her out, and pretty good chance she's going to finish the ball game.
Runners
Oh, here comes
off
the
on the
pitch.
pitch. There's another single. Runners are off on the pitch. Here comes Smith around. Oh, he's held up at third. Great job. Smith.
2 RBI.
2 RBI single there for Smith.
Cameron Pope was making a dash for home, but was held up at third.
Is it Salome at home there too?
So should be out.
So that would be.
So full count. Runners were going with the pitch.
Yeah. Who's 23?
2 runs scored. There will be a pitching change.
7 third.
Should be a runner on first and third. Yeah.
So we have Smith on first and Cameron Pope on third.
All right, fans, get out those 50-50 tickets. Winning ticket
I
number.
have no idea
6.
what the number is. I haven't seen
I haven't got a good. No, I haven't got a good eye yet either. I'll see what
6.
comes up here.
Right-handed
6.
pitcher, we know that.
Again, winning ticket number is 6.
We're missing our eagle eye cam up here tonight, Wayne.
40, I
I think I'm seeing 40, but we're missing our eagle eye.
That'd be Nathan Slobodian from Porcupine Plains,
Fans, we would like to thank
Saskatchewan.
all 809 of you here tonight's game. Awesome. Let's see if we can get over the 1,000 mark tomorrow night as it's superhero night.
And Wayne, here's a little trivia for you. Where is Porcupine Plains, Saskatchewan?
Porcupine Plain is a little northwest of Regina.
And it is the home of our pitcher.
Nathan Slobodian, yep. I've been to Porcupine Plain. In fact, I had relatives that lived up in that area. It's up by Tisdale, Wadena area,
Yep.
a little north of that, Nipawin area,
Slobodian plays for Minot State as well.
Minot State.
Minot State.
Picture, guys. What number is that?
Minot.
It's Minot State.
What is he saying?
Minot State.
I know.
Who's the new
He
pitcher,
said
guys?
Minot.
Did I say that? Did I just Minot? Did I say Minot State?
He said Minot State.
Ryder, get with it. Get with
Number
it.
40.
Get a grip.
Number 40. Nathan Slobodian. Slobodian, this is his 12th game. He's pitched 13
Ready
innings.
for a change, pitching change.
Has a
Brought to you by
record
Mr.
of
Lou.
1 win and 2 losses. 13 walks
Now,
versus
50
10
Miller
strikeouts.
Express, right-handed reliever.
Has an ERA of 9.00.
Number 40, Nathan Slobodian.
Slobodian.
Close enough. That's good.
Easy for me to say
Yeah.
because I had time to think about
The
it.
bad thing about that name is I know where he's from. Really.
Porcupine Plain?
Plain,
Yeah.
yes.
He would just ask him. Ryder asked me where it was, and I told
The
him.
catcher,
where it
number
was from.
15, Reed Oakland.
So that's exactly what the Mavs were looking for in Nico Portello. Has trouble with the strike zone. Mavs were able to take advantage of it with some timely hitting. And we now have Nathan Slobodian in.
Second, your 50
That pitch is high. Count is 2-0.
We're good.
Klingon Smith on first. Pope on third. Klingon Smith has 6 stolen bases on the year. Fastball in there for a called strike. So Garcia grounded out to lead off the inning. And since then, the Mavericks have been able to put 2 runs on the board on 3 singles. Here's a pitch, fouled back. Count is 3-2 on Reed Odland. First baseman is playing behind the runner. Of course, Klingon Smith will be off with a pitch. 2 away, full count. There he goes. There's the pitch. Fouled over the left field bleachers.
And another foul.
Come on, Reed. Let's get yourself a hit here.
Things have cooled off a little bit here too, Wayne.
Temperature-wise.
Temperature-wise, or
Temperature-wise.
is that what you're talking
Yeah.
about?
Not on.
Ball
17
4,
degrees.
good at bat. That pitch was close, but Reed has another good at bat. Draws the walk.
His second
Base
drawn
is
walk of
loaded.
the evening, Wayne.
Yes. Yep. Been on base 3
The
times.
center fielder number 7, Freddie Walker.
Freddie Walker, the number 9 hitter, is 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs, a single and a double.
Having a
Melendez goes
fantastic
out.
game.
Melendez goes out to check on the signals. Runner on second base. They have to get their signals straight. New pitcher into the game. What you don't want to do is get crossed up here and have a wild pitch or a passed ball. Here's a pitch outside. Slobodian's got a good fastball. He's got good arm speed. If you watch his arm speed. Boom, right there. There's a ground ball hit to the right side. First baseman's hustling over, gets there and beats Freddie Walker to the bag for the 3rd out.
And he had to work for that one, Wayne.
3rd out there for the
he did.
Mavericks. But they scored 2 here in the bottom of the 7th and have an 8-5 lead. Top of the 8th coming up. It looks like we got some D's off. A slingshot competition going on out there. Top of the 8th. Who's our contestants there, Janessa?
So I'm down here with Richard. He's following to center field there. And then you're going to be playing the Days Off Club Slingshot Challenge. So my pitchers here are going to slingshot 4 balls into the air, each one with a different prize, courtesy of Days Off Club. Okay, this first
Wayne,
one
as
is
suspected, you're going to
for
see the St. Louis, Missouri native Zach McDermott come in. McDermott hasn't got a heck of a lot of playing time this season from this team. You know, they've just been trying to figure out different things, and he's been a guy that hasn't played a whole lot. As he's mentioned, he's from St. Louis, Missouri. He's a very tall individual. He throws the ball with some power.
Well, it's good. You know, last night the Mavericks used 8 pitchers, and the night before they used 7 pitchers. All hands on deck. So McDermott gets his chance. He's got a 3-run lead. Mavericks are out hitting Moose Jaw 13-7. Outscoring them 8-5, and we're into the 8th inning.
McDermott, up to this point, has pitched 3 innings.
Thanks for the
He has
2 for 1
3
action at
strikeouts.
Days Off Pub after the game.
and an ERA of
Tonight's game
21.
brought to you by Murray Chevrolet Cadillac. Murray Chevrolet is happy
How
to
many
sponsor
walks have we
Mavericks
got in
baseball.
there?
They have 35
That kind of tells me a
of
little bit
our
of a
dedicated
story.
staff here tonight watching the game. And a number of precious customers.
So he's got 8
Murray Chevrolet
walks and 3
Cadillac
strikeouts
is your full service
in
dealer
his
in
3
Body
innings. So
Shop,
he's walking
with
over
Blue
2
Parts
innings.
Service
Right.
for Southeastern Alberta. Come
An
visit
opportunity
their
here for him to
Yes.
improve that
for
stat.
all your automotive needs.
Absolutely. Every day is another chance to turn it all around. Do you remember the movie that one was from? Every day is another chance to turn it all around.
Every day is another chance to turn it all around. Well, I mean, it is the top of the 8th. Maybe we let our fans answer that one.
Well, okay, that was a great movie, but
River
I
Changes
liked it.
Spinning
But
Jeans
here's a
brought to you by
trivia
Mr.
question,
Lou.
8th inning trivia
Now on the
question.
mound for the Medicine Hat Mavericks, right-handed reliever from St. Louis,
Oh, hold up for Kim.
Missouri, number 2, Zach McDermott.
Trivia question number 2.
This is a North Dakota related trivia question.
Fargo.
Fargo. In 1998, there was a classic home run race by Mark McGuire and Sammy Sosa. 1998, to break the single season record held by which hitter, and how many home runs was a single season record? So Mark McGuire and Sammy Sosa were chasing a single season home run record. Who had the record, and how many home runs was the record?
Sammy Sosa.
No, I said
Say
Mark
again?
McGuire and Sammy Sosa were chasing the guy who had the home run record. Who had the home run record, and how many home runs was it?
Roger Maris, you think? You think it was Roger Maris?
Wayne, I was literally just alive when that would have been going on, so I would 98. I wouldn't.
1998.
I'm unfit to answer this question.
Count as 1-1 on Zach Campbell.
Checks the swing. Nice 2 pitches there for McDermott.
So you think Barry Bonds was there? He was the slugger that.
Yeah, but did Barry Bonds? Barry Bonds broke McGuire and Sosa's records.
Okay.
So who did
Who-
McGuire and Sosa break? What record did they break? And who held it? And what was the home run record at the time? So 2-part question. I'm always going to give you 2-part questions.
Okay, you
Here's the pitch. Throws his bat at it to stay alive. Good piece of hitting by Zach Campbell. Campbell is 0 for 2 tonight. Popped up to the third baseman. He's also walked, grounded out to Radai at second base. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung back, a comebacker right to McDermott. Makes a good play.
1-3 out.
1-3 for the putout. Good job by McDermott. Getting the leadoff hitter. Good athleticism there. He's off balance. The ball was bouncing over his head. Collected himself, jumped in the air, caught it,
One dog brings to the
made a
plate
good
number
throw to
20,
first base.
Orange Chuck.
Orange Truck is 0 for 1 tonight. Sack fly, RBI, and walked. Lines that one, but fouled down the third base side. He also flew out to third base, way down the line. Smith gave chase and was able to make the catch. Right up against the fence in the bullpen area. Left-hander in the bullpen, number 4, warming up for Mustra. Right-hander number 27 warming up. A line drive up the middle. McDermott couldn't get a glove on that. That ball was scorched.
That was a hard hit for Orsichuk. That'll bring up Tucker Zadunich, Wayne. And Zadunich, as mentioned, 0 for 2 tonight. For McDermott here, an opportunity to put the ball in play, get a double play option here. For McDermott, is it more beneficial for him to take him head on with his batting average being 164 and 0 for 2 tonight? Or do you think he tries to put the ball in play and let his defense do the work?
Yeah, just throw it in there, let him hit it. You're bound to get an out. The odds are in your favor with a 165 batting average. You're looking at an 80% chance, an 85% chance that he's going to go out.
There's some big bombers back then.
And we have
Do we have any answers coming in
Medicine
yet?
at Baseball Games answers. Roger Maris,
Well, we thought
the answer is 60.
Roger Maris, the answer is 60 is from somebody who's cheating from the Medicine Hat Mavericks baseball
My wife
organization.
told me she is from North Dakota. Does that?
She's from North Dakota?
Yeah, Roger Maris.
Does that
Roger Maris is from Fargo, North Dakota. Yes. He was actually born in Minnesota, but moved at a very young age to Fargo and went to school there, grew up
See,
there,
I said
lived
the
all
right
his
name,
life.
Fargo. I said Fargo, Wayne.
That wasn't the question.
Oh,
This isn't Jeopardy.
This is not Jeopardy. We won't. That won't be accepted on our show here. We won't tolerate it.
But the
Base-
answer is wrong. It's only half correct. Yes, Roger Maris, but they guessed 60 home runs. That wasn't the record.
I thought he was.
So you're only partly correct there,
Baseball games.
baseball medicine hat person.
His wife is from North Dakota.
No, Roger Maris is from North Dakota.
No, baseball games, right? Said his wife told him.
I think
She was
it's
from North
60
Dakota.
I think it was 65 home runs.
Guy says 65 home runs.
He was cheesy.
So we have a runner on first base. One away. Not much of a lead. Ball is in on the hands. Foul back. Count is 1-1. Renchuk at first base. Doesn't have any stolen bases this year. I don't expect him to be running. Count is 1-1. Here's the pitch. Curveball in there for a strike. Good pitch by McDermott. Backdoors him.
Garrett Nicholson.
Called strike.
Garrett Nicholson warming up for the Mavericks wing.
Okay. Nicholson in the bullpen for the Mavericks. And a lefty, hard-throwing lefty, number 4 down in the bullpen. Pitch way inside. A slider again. Checking to see whether he went on it. He didn't go. Tyler Sheridan from Whitehall, Arizona, warming up in the bullpen for the Mushra Miller Express. Count is 2-2. Big hole on the right side for the left-handed hitting Zdeniks. Here's a pitch. Pulls it foul into the dugout on the right side.
And a good battle here.
Zdeniks' slider is really got a sharp break on it. As long as he keeps that pitch low, he's going to be effective. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Oh, hits the batter. Runners on first and second. We give up a lot of free bases, don't we?
We sure do.
I'm telling you.
Freebie.
Time is called. Vasella going out to the mound.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's good.
Tilted a little bit?
Yeah, go for it. You can play around with it.
I'm thinking there's going to be a pitching change here. Vasella takes the ball from McDermott. Into the game comes Nicholson.
The hitting brought to you by Groves Roofing, big league service when it comes to all your exterior renovation needs. Groves Roofing.
I didn't know which one was it.
And at this time, we'd like to thank Temple Fitness, locally owned and operating, offering private training, group classes, and 24-hour open memberships.
How do you
The official training facility of the Mavericks, Temple Fitness.
I got it.
Who's that, Nicholson?
Garrett Nicholson is now batting. Folks, we're making a slight change with the camera angle here. Thanks for letting us know that the camera angle was off.
The camera? He's just coming in right now.
No, McDermott just pitched the 7th.
So he just pitched the 8th.
Or 8th.
Yeah, he came in the 8th. So
Nicholson, this is making his 10th appearance.
He didn't get
Left-handed
the
thrower. He's thrown 38 in 1/3 innings so far this year. Has walked 24, struck out 27, has a 3-2 1-loss record, and a 4.69 ERA. So the 8, 9, and 1 hitters are coming up.
you know the count.
Hopefully we can get a ground ball to get out of this situation.
So who started off?
Zach Campbell. Okay.
No, get him in the 8th. You keep in the 8th, right? Yeah. brought to you by Mr. Luke, now pitching for the Medicine Mavericks. From Sydney Mines, Nova Scotia, number 27, Garrett Nicholson.
Nicholson, a
and
former
Two
Team
hitter
Canada
guys. So it should be number 10. It's not.
junior
It's
player,
number 38 now.
pitcher, tall left-handed
GC
thrower.
Lions.
38 hitting.
He's really come around lately. I've been very impressed with his poise. I think he just needed time to make the adjustment to the league. That pitch hits the batter. Farrell,
Pinch hitter.
number 38, is a pinch
And
hitter.
Jason Wallace draws in Wayne, and he's hit by a pitch. So I guess he gets on base. I guess the Moose Jaw fans will be happy with that. That'll bring up Marcus Melendez, 2 for 3 tonight. He's had a good evening. The Mavericks, with holding that 8-5 lead here, they got to be careful and close this thing out.
Absolutely. We need to get the pitches over the plate, put them in play.
The catcher
And
number
with
19, Marcus
Wallace,
Melendez.
perfect guy to double play, double up on. Not a fast base run. Wallace is from Fontana, California. He's on first base. First pitch swing and a line drive right at Rat Eye. Tosses it over to Garcia. There's the double play. Great job by Nicholson coming in. Throws 2 pitches, gets 2 outs.
The next out. Okay. He's out.
So,
4-6.
line drive to the second baseman for the first out, and a 4-6 to catch the runner at second for the third out. Zdenic got off too far. However, had that ball been in there, he would have easily scored.
And Wayne, that was it was hit right to him, but some crisp plays once again from Nolan Rada and PJ Garcia in that area. Wayne, these guys can do a lot of work together. They have really changed the Garcia. Has really changed the team since he's arrived here.
Yeah, he's a very smart hitter, smart defensive player. So we have the top of the order coming up. Soika, Garcia, and Rathai. Be nice to add on a few more runs here. So do we have a final answer on there? How many home runs
All right,
was
fans,
the
let's
record?
have some
Did
fun here.
somebody
We got
get
some
61.
old Dutch chips to give
61.
away. Old Dutch chips to give away.
Okay, that's the right answer. Roger Maris had the record. He had 61 home runs, but there was an asterisk beside the 61 home runs.
Why? Because he wasn't doing roids.
Roger Maris's home run record beat the old home run record set by Babe Ruth of 60 home runs, but there was an asterisk put beside his home run record. Anybody know why?
Oh, it's still 40?
Yeah.
Oh, we're looking for the shortstop, guys. Number 6 is in. At short now.
So the asterisk was put beside Roger Maris's home run. Roger Maris from Fargo, North Dakota.
Go back to view again.
The reason was because the league had expanded from 154 games to 162 games. So they thought that Roger Maris had an advantage by having those 8 extra games.
Top of the order for the Mavericks. Going to bring to the plate the left fielder, number 30, Austin
A
Soika.
little history for you there, folks. Being a former history teacher, baseball coach.
Hey, fans, don't forget to check that chip bag for an X. You got a chip bag with an X.
Playing short now,
You got a Sobeys
who
gift
came
card.
in for Justin Wallace, who hit for Devin Farrell. At shortstop is,
Say that again.
not sure who's at shortstop.
Andreas Garza.
Andreas
Again,
Garza.
if you have an X on that chip bag, take that chip bag to the ticket office.
Count is
Garza
1
is-
and 1 on
Garza
Soika.
is from Bakersfield, California, and attends Porterville College as well, Wayne.
Another Porterville College. There's a little flare out in the right field. Right fielder's playing shallow, makes the catch. Easy play. PJ Garcia coming to the plate.
One gone for the shortstop, number
And an
5,
RBI.
PJ Garcia.
2-run single in his third inning when the Mavericks scored 5 runs. Came around to score the 5th running himself that inning. Pitch low and away. That pitch is high. Fastball. Count is 2-0. Garcia grounded out to the first baseman his last at bat.
See you later, Kim.
That was against Nico Portillo. There's a ground ball hit to the second baseman. Has to come in to make the play. Garcia scampering down the line, but not in time. 4-3 for the second out. Nolan Radai coming to the plate. Put down a sneaky base hit bunt down the third base line.
Nolan Ratai.
Play of the game so far for me.
Came around to score the 7th run. Mavericks were leading 6-5. Mushra had just scored 2 runs to bring it within a 1-run game. Radai came up with a base hit bunt, perfectly placed, came around to score. Pitch is high. Radai, a Medicine Hat native. Great young man.
Loves playing at home.
On and off the field. Pitch is outside, 2-0.
Loves playing at home, Wayne.
Well, he has to because he plays here a lot. He played all of his baseball here, and he plays, 27 home games here with the Mavericks?
I believe so.
And this is his 3rd year of playing here. There's another pop fly out to right field. Can of corn for the right fielder. Makes the play.
Can of corn.
Mavericks get nothing here in the bottom of the 8th, but have an 8-5 lead going into the 9th.
You haven't heard can of corn before?
I know it came. I know it's something between you and owner Greg Morrison. You guys have something going on there, but
That's a
feel
can
free
of
to pass the
corn.
story.
That's a can of corn. That's an easy catch. An easy fly ball to the outfield is a can of corn.
Can of corn. I don't get that whatsoever, but
That's just baseball lingo. I don't know who made that up, but
I'd like to have a word with them, whoever they were.
I'll tell you a story about Greg Morrison and I. After Greg had, I shouldn't say after Greg. Greg was still playing at the time in high school, and I was coaching at McCoy High School. And we had 2 young ladies who were scorekeepers, and they would keep score. They'd also keep the language down in the dugout, which I tried to do, but having the girls in there, and they loved baseball.
Yep.
The bottom of the 8th, Lethbridge and
Would do the
Edmonton
scorekeeping
tied
and then
on 1
submit the scores to the media after the game.
Yep.
So there was one game, and the one girl wasn't really a baseball
And Regina
follower.
leads Fort McMurray in the top of the 9th at 5-1.
We'll just listen to these out-of-town scores as
The
Lanny
final,
is speaking.
Yep.
Swift Current 9, Yorkton 1. Those are the other games in the WCBL that we're watching.
Anyway, continue.
Okay, so Greg Morrison, a fly ball goes out to the outfield,
That's all the
and
games, 2 teams
he
will
calls
add
it a
in
can of
tomorrow
corn.
night, 7:05 game
The
time.
player makes the play on it. Greg is in the dugout. He's not on deck, but we're batting. The ball goes out to the left fielder. The left fielder
Don't
catches
forget,
it.
head on down to Days Hall Pub
And
to
Greg
get
says,
access to
"That's a
what
can of
happens,
corn."
The official pub of the
So the
Mavericks.
scorekeeper said, "Well, what do I put
Are you
for
taking
that?"
stuff?
And he said, "Well, that's a can of corn. Just put down a can of corn." So the young girl wrote in the scorebook
Top of
can
the order
can
for
of
Moose
corn
Shop is gonna
rather
start
than
off
F7
Marriott.
because she didn't know the lingo. Greg turned around with a big cheeky grin on his face and just smiled, walked away proud as a peacock that he had got the scorekeeper to write in the scorebook can of corn
Can of
rather
corn.
than F7.
Rather than an F7. A great story. Can't follow that up. Marriott finds himself down in the count here. Or sorry, finds himself up in the count.
Tries to put down the bunt, base hit, bunt attempt. Count is 1-1. Greg, I don't know if you're listening. I don't know if you remember that, but I remember that.
Clear as day.
Greg had a great sense of humor. He had that wry humor, and he had that look on his eye when he pulled something off on somebody that I got him.
Can of what?
Yeah, she asked, she said, what do I put down? He said, can of corn. Just put can of corn down. So she writes can of corn down, and she's confused, understandably so.
As you should be. Imagine my first game here if Guy told me to put down a can of corn in the coin street.
Where do we put that? Well, right there.
Here's the 1-2
Comments.
pitch outside.
Let's read the
Ball,
comments.
ball, count is 2-2.
Oh, that,
Top of the
Okay.
ninth, Mavericks leading 8-5, out hitting Moose Jaw Miller Express 13-8. Pitch, ooh, just a bit high. Call ball, count is 3-2. Great pitch by Nicholson. Great fastball, great location. Just missed a little bit high. Pitch called inside, ball 4.
and waiting for Garrett Nicholson. Nicholson
draw us a walk.
has the ability to throw strikes. He's
number 32, Tom.
Well, as I mentioned, he's a former national junior team pitcher. Has great pedigree in terms of pitching experience
thrown 27 strikeouts this year already, Wayne, and just
versus how many walks. That's one of the key things that I look for, strikeout to walk ratio.
24 I'm seeing.
Okay, so he's got a 1-to-1 ratio. Strikeouts are good, walks are too high. Here's the pitch, ground ball hit to the right side. Rat-Eye will take the easy out. We'll give up a base for an out.
So 4-3.
Good play by Rat-Eye, 4-3 for the putout.
One gone for Moose Jaw. Brings to the plate the designated hitter, number 7, Cole Workin.
So, will my fun fact hold true here? Remember a couple of games ago I said that the team that wins scores as many or more runs in one inning as the losing team does in the whole game.
Oh, there it is.
Holding true so far.
Pitch is high.
And Nicholson coming in here, Wayne. I don't know if Nicholson was entirely ready to come into this game. I talked to him this morning. I said, how do you feel? He goes, no, I'm good with it, but maybe just a couple pitches here to settle in.
He had lots of warm up down the bullpen. He was
I didn't
throwing
get a good
hard,
look on him,
so
but-
he was warm. He was ready to come in. Fly ball out into right field. Underneath it is Pope, makes the catch. Runner fakes, going to third, holds up at second base. 2 away.
I've been really impressed with Cameron Pope's arm out there tonight, Wayne. Doing a really good job.
He's made some good throws after the catch. Guys have taken third base on him, but it's just because the ball was too deep. They've tagged and gone to third, but he's made some good throws, as you had mentioned. He's got a good arm out there. Runner on second, Daryl Dole coming to the plate, left-handed hitter. He's 1 for 4 tonight. Flew out to center field his last at-bat. Lefty on lefty. Pitch in the dirt. Good job by Odland.
Really
keeping
good
the ball
job by
in front.
Alden. Alden's done a good job tonight of making
Yes.
sure that those are held it. He's looking a little Colton Wright-esque, if I might say.
A little Colton Wright-esque.
Colton Wright-esque.
Colton Wright-esque.
We'll see if that catches on.
That's a wonderful terminology.
I'm making my own
Here's the
things.
1-0 pitch in there. Flare ball hit out into left field. Making the catch is the left
Soika.
fielder, Austin Soika. Diving catch.
Diving and making the catch out in left field. That ends the game.
The Mavericks win it.
Great
8-5.
job.
And Wayne's theory hold true. Wayne, I have to pass this on here. Baseball Games writes in about the story of you and Wayne. That story sounded a little corny.
Mavericks back in the win column.
Somebody's got a good sense of humor.
We're happy to
little
have
fun
him.
there, a little
fun.
fun.
Nice delivery. We're happy to
Superhero
have him.
night, so dress up.
And Wayne, the Mavericks are happy to have
Superhero
a bounce back win
costumes,
tonight
please.
after that difficult
Dress
loss,
up
and it
in
wasn't
your
easy.
superhero costumes.
There were,
No, it wasn't.
I
Yeah.
think there was that. There was that point in the game there where
And again, superhero night.
Moose Jaw Miller Express drew within just one run,
One auto service.
and they were forced to find a way to claw back reel it back in, relax, play more focused baseball, and they did that.
Yeah, they did. They had to put the foot on the gas pedal to get it going again, and they were able to do that. And the good thing was is that as soon as Moose Jaw had scored their 2 runs in the 7th inning, the Mavericks came back in the bottom half and scored another 2 runs to put them up by 3 runs again. So they were able to turn it on when they needed to, but they don't want to get into that habit regularly of all of a sudden coming down to the level of your competition and letting the game get away from you.
No, and it's a risk. It's a recipe for failure as the season gets longer and deeper, and obviously as the games, as we all know, just get harder and harder to win, right? Teams are that much more better, and all those other factors. I think what I did like about the Mavericks was Owen Steele, Wayne, for the fact that he pitched 7 innings. That's what you're looking for from your starting pitchers. The Mavericks haven't had that consistently all year, but they get that tonight. Had that the last few games. Cervantes has done a good job his last few games pitching deep. And that's what you need, Wayne. I think that's the expectation from your coaching group, is that you can go in there and pitch.
Yeah, this is
I'm going to say 6-7 innings. I don't know if you agree or what your thought process is, but I want your starters pitching 6-7.
Absolutely. A quality start is 6 innings, giving up 2 or fewer runs. And tonight, Owen Steele went 7 innings. He did give up 3 runs, but still a quality start for him. And a great comeback win after that tough loss last night to the Okotoks Dogs. And I was talking with Coach Vasella before the game, and we were talking about last night's game. And we came to the conclusion that last night's game is over. The series against Okotoks is over. We need a win tonight against a team that's coming in off a road win. We had a very late night last night. If we could scratch out a win tonight, then we can get our feet underneath us for tomorrow and on the following games to come.
We sure can.
The last few games have taken a lot out of our pitching staff.
They really have. We've got a depleted roster
And
right now.
Steele came up with a great 7-inning effort for us tonight, and that's exactly what the doctor ordered. And
like you talked
they
about
delivered.
it, and you talked about it, Wayne. And when your pitching does that, it puts you in a good spot and gives you a good opportunity to win. And it's not by accident that it happens that way. You're gonna. Is there any? Oh, geez, you can't even think of any off the top of your head right now because you've just used so many pitchers. For the head coaching staff, or for really the entire coaching staff, how do you manage a depleted bench like that? Did you just give guys like McDermott tonight those opportunities to get in and get some action?
Yes.
Or is that really all you can do?
I think Nicholson might have been a pitcher that they were looking to start tomorrow, and Coach Vasella and I had talked a little bit about today and tomorrow's game, and I think they were looking to either start or use Nicholson tomorrow, but the opportunity arose tonight. McDermott was struggling a little bit, had hit a batter, and the game was still close at that time. You don't want that game to get away.
And
so
it comes back to your theory: if you take them out a pitch too early rather than a pitch too late.
A pitch too soon rather than a pitch too late. And I like the way Vasella did that tonight. Brought in Nicholson, and he closed out the game.
And the Mavericks.
Good game overall
yes.
by the Mavericks.
Yes,
no errors again. Last night they had 1 error, and that was on a very tough play by Taylor Wright, coming in on a soft hit ball and threw the ball down the first base line. But so we've had 1 error in the last 2 games, and that's good defense. Our infield is playing well. Our outfield is playing well. Odlin did a good job of catching tonight. Our catchers have done a fantastic job. They're workhorses back there. And credit to the team. Good team win
Another
tonight.
team win tonight. No, and that's what you're looking for, I think, from Mavericks. Well, guys, that'll wrap it up for this post-game edition wrap-up of Mavericks TV. As always, Ryder McKay, alongside the guy who knows a lot more, Wayne Slosher, and a voice far away, Guy Lanigan. We'll see you guys tomorrow night for Game 2, where the Mavericks will look to take both games with the Moose Jaw Miller Express. Good night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.
Good night. Good job, guys.
Good
hey,
show.
we're out of here before midnight.